yeah. That's paying off.
Oh, yeah.
Now muss your hair.
Yeah, that was sexy.
Oh!
The R stands for rubbing.
Yay! Witch Queen, the Destiny Choice.
And my crotch rag.
Why was that?
The ABC's never done anything wrong. You press the button and it goes up.
Sorry to any Germans watching.
They build it because you dreamt it.
So it's always up when I start the day.
You been jerking off down there? Like, no, babe, we're just on the bike. I'm going down to jerk off now.
I did play something else and it was great.
Cool.
I have a very short torso, but I love denim. I would say I wear jeans.
It's Thursday, the 3rd of March. You're watching Back Pocket coming at you live from Loki Studios. Psych! We're trying to stay dry, so that's why we're doing this one remote, but that doesn't mean that it's not starring Stephanie Dixon, Peter Burns, Gus Reynolds, Ramsey Street's very own Scotty, and I'm your host, Nick Boy Richardson, and tonight on the show, we have a puzzle to solve. So we quit our desk job and put on our pants because we have far to travel. As a message just came over the ghost wire that Martha is dead. Ring-a-ding-ding! Okay, that's it. That's the end.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding-a-ding.
What's ring-a-ding-ding?
Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Love
I
it.
was like, it's whatever you want it to be.
I also just like the expression ring-a-ding-ding.
It's a good expression.
It's a good one. Guys, I have a feeling this could be our best show yet. I'm very excited.
Our best remote show yet.
I had a catastrophic dinner failure when I lifted my dog up and dropped her onto it just now.
The one on camera?
Yes, and it's a wet dinner, and she is a hairy dog, so there is a bit of a
The spilling
lambing
show
thing.
was last week.
Yeah.
No spilling this week.
Yeah, but it was worth it because the people need to see her in all her glory. So
now it's a hairy dinner as well.
And in all your dinner.
And in all your dinner.
I had a disaster. It was like a poached chicken with a miso garlic aioli dressing.
Just something I whipped
salad.
up.
Just something
something.
from Marley Spoon. Not sponsored. But I got
Not yet.
garlic aioli all over my top.
Hey.
That's the curse. You
feel
can't
like
get
you were-
aiolis are so oily. You can't get those out of your shirt too quickly.
You were
So
overdue because I
change
loved
shirts.
your tweet the other night, Peter, where you said, I'm living dangerously by making a sauce with a long white sleeve shirt on.
Yeah.
I've never felt more alive, which is what Steph is doing right now, eating dinner
No.
with
For
long white
For me,
sleeves.
it's the chalk top at the movies. Like, I now do this thing where I I sit like a man with my legs apart, and I eat the chalk top like leaning over like this, in the hopes
like
that
a Neanderthal.
if any chocolate falls down, it'll go onto the floor. And people who are sitting next to me are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I can't do it, man. I just can't ruin another pair of pants when I walk out into the light.
You're sitting like a pervy old man in a park.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
licking your lips. Oh yeah, Hemsworth is going to take his shirt off in this one for sure. That's how you eat
something
a
chalk top, something. Yeah.
No, I do the opposite. I have a trashy old jumper because I'm exactly the same. Where it's like, it's not that I'm eating it weirdly. It's that chalk tops are flaky as fuck, and so I have a crappy old jumper that sometimes I'll throw in the bag and then just bring it out and just like jumper bib, sort of sitting up.
I was going to say, do you not wear it?
And
You
it's
wrap the
sitting
arms around your neck, and I'm like, you've just got a giant bib.
because if you put it on, when you take it off, it can be hard to make sure that the chocolate doesn't fall off. So you put on the jumper bib, eat the chalk top, fold it up from the bottom, arms in, bada bing, bada bum, ring-a-ding-ding. There's no chocolate on those pants.
Because the problem
I like
is
the idea of-
the chocolate flakes are so small that as soon as they come into contact with your body heat melts them into your pants.
100%.
It's like there's no like quickly picking it off.
The shame of Nick going to those, those overfilled, how the bins in cinemas, I don't know if you guys know, I used to work in a cinema. The bins have notoriously small holes to put all the giant popcorn through, and they're always full. And Nick's the only one shamefully wedging a whole jumper in there when he leaves. Just being like, my shame jumper.
It's an old ski parka that I'm trying to shove down into the hole. Look, I mean, I could have saved that one for the game of life, but I just feel like the people deserve to know. Before we get started with the actual show, I mean, not that this isn't part of the actual show. Of course, this is the actual show. Some would say that this is most of the show. It's definitely 100% of the post.
I got a message from my close mate about 20 minutes ago. Peter, I listened to your podcast today, talking about the Monday News podcast, and it was 90% about Dick and 0% about Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. It was an accusatory text.
Does this friend know nothing about you?
And I was like, accurate.
Yeah,
it's true.
He's giving the people what they want.
Yeah. That was a good episode.
And it's not Elden Ring.
All right, calm down there, old man.
Straight into our aioli after that one.
Before we start part of the show, Gus, what are you drinking? Because it looked quite involved.
Oh, thank you. It's not really. It's just a dressed up gin and tonic, but it's in my classy Waterford crystal glass and with a dehydrated orange slice.
Oh my God.
Oh,
standard, right. Really.
Yeah.
Nothing to it.
It's so funny.
That's all.
Between this and renovating your bathroom, every story that comes from you is just like the bougiest thing ever. It's
Stephanie, have I told you about my adaptive cruise control recently? You can drink all the gin you want and the car drives itself. No,
We do not endorse Angus.
You should get that on a blanket. No, dehydrated fruit slices. I bought them in bulk at one point, and they never go off. And they're great. They're good for any garnish of any drink you like. It's a game of life tip that I'm sharing now.
We literally had this conversation the last time we did a remote show because it was like you had basically this drink and you were like dehydrated orange slices.
So to my point, they don't go off because it's been that long since a remote show. Still good.
Still good. Still dry. So you put that on the back. Okay, good. Okay, everyone's serious for a second. We need to talk about serious things. Obviously, we're doing the show remotely. Good work, Steph. We're doing this show remotely because we want to make sure that we're dry. And there are a lot of people in the country right now who are not dry. Obviously, there are some terrible things happening all across the country with the floods affecting a lot of the East Coast at the moment. So we thought we would do a patented, I nearly said good game, I don't know where that came from, back pocket fundraiser, where we are going to raise some money for the Red Cross to be able to support those affected by the floods at the moment. If you have any dollars that you were like, hey, you know what? I was thinking about buying a subscription to this channel. I was thinking about buying a new vehicle. Maybe put those things on hold and instead think about putting the money towards donating to the flood relief. So the Australian Red Cross, Queensland and New South Wales Floods Appeal. There is a link in the chat right now, thanks to Nightbot, to our Tiltify. We're hoping to just raise a few bucks to be able to put towards a really good cause. For the first $1,000, if we get to $1,000, we will match it. And honestly, if we don't get to $1,000, we're still going to put it in there, right? Like we're still going to.
That's true.
We're not going to.
We've come. I like that your messaging is, hey, if you're going to spend it frivolously on some subscription you don't need, maybe donate to charity. But then the messaging changes. But like if you're signing up for a Patreon, you should do that. And while your wallet's open, also go to Red Cross. It's like the messaging changed to be like, because you're being so generous, you should totally get behind this charity.
In the deli and pick up a $12 packet of dehydrated oranges. Put them down.
But don't need to buy them. But yeah,
imagine that this donation is just at the till. And you've got the things you want from the supermarket, and you're at the till, and you're like, hey, I haven't had a fucking mint patty in 5 years, which is exactly what I thought.
What does 5 gum taste like? Don't care. Gonna donate to charity.
Good. What does 5? I've never had 5 gum before. Is it spicy?
It had like it almost had like pop. It had like pop rocks in it. Not that, but it had like a weird sensation when you chew it. That was the ad. What's the sensation when you chew 5 gum? And it was like, it's like lying on a giant metal grate and having iced water dropped over you. It's not.
That was a pretty good campaign.
Chewing gum. It was.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It stuck.
It was a good campaign.
That'll work.
Says
we've
not
already got
to-
150 bucks. Feloneth has donated 100. Jepp 50. Nicrotex has just come in with $250 and comments that the fourth horseman of the apocalypse can get stuffed. Thank you for accurately calling out the correct horseman.
Exactly.
Riff
Which one
with
is it?
20. Thanks, Melodic Storm. The fourth horseman is the moist horseman.
the moist one.
The fourth horseman is a fully automatic exotic shotgun in Destiny, introduced in the Dark Below as a PS4 exclusive weapon.
We're not up to the Destiny plugs yet.
Okay, sorry, we'll do those in 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what are the odds, though? I mean, come on. A fourth horseman, Destiny PS exclusive? You cannot ask for a better transition to that part of the show. But if you, thank you very much. I'm already saying we've already raised $750, and I say we, I mean you guys. So thank you so much for your generosity. Obviously, none of that money is going to us. That money is all going to people who need it really badly right now, because there are just some horrific images coming out all over the 2 states at the moment. So any money you can spare over the course of the evening would be much appreciated. Speaking of phenomenal...
Sorry, just make sure you're following the Nightbot link. I think the Twitch panel is still, you can't donate to the last campaign we did, but it's still on the old one. So use the link in the chat.
For context as to how generous our community is, Aid for Afghanistan, we raised £5,000. Game on Cancer, we raised $8,500. In Queensland, New South Wales, flood relief, as of right now, $870. So we're going to hit that
Amazing.
1,000 most likely, which means we're going to have to cop up 1,000. Suddenly it's going to be $2,000, and that just gets that ball rolling.
Or Laughing Seal with donations. Bloody legends, a lot of you.
Laughing all the way to the bank to take the money out to donate to Red Cross.
Well done. Speaking of great transitions that happened 2 minutes ago, that would have led so seamlessly into this next segment, but probably taken us out of the charity bit a little too early. This month's PS Plus plugs, why don't you use that PS Plus that you have right now? Because we are very happy to be sponsored by PlayStation for tonight's episode. Talking about PS Plus, normally we'd be telling you about the great games that are available as part of your Plus membership. But you know what else you can do with that Plus membership? You can play online. And you know what you could be playing online right now? Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. Oh my goodness gracious. We want to encourage you to be playing Destiny 2. If you have Destiny on your PlayStation, you could be getting raid ready right now for the raid to drop from The Witch Queen on Sunday morning, very early in the morning, which Pete is going to be acutely aware of. You could be competing for a world first clear, Pete. Do you reckon you'll get a world first clear?
Yes.
I like that confidence. I like that. Oh, wow. I did not like that.
Back to trailer out of just pure no.
I think. Look, we got no shot of getting world first, but we got a great team. The Boos are back, baby.
Hey,
Yep.
It's not about being the fastest. It's about
It is, though.
making it a slow and pleasurable experience for everyone involved.
We're talking about video games still?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a PlayStation, then you could be playing Destiny 2, The Witch Queen, right now. And you can use PlayStation Plus to get online with your mates who also might be playing Destiny, or might just be Destiny curious. Or even, you know what? They might play Destiny. Maybe they played on another platform before. Well, you can get them to get Destiny on their PlayStation, and the cross progression will mean that they can just pick up the character that they already had. They'll have all the gear, they'll have all the stuff. You can get it right back into the Witch Queen, run that legendary campaign, get some pinnacle and powerful gear over the course of the weekend, and bam, you're probably ready for a raid on Sunday. It is possible to be able to do all of that and be ready to jump to that raid on Sunday. So thank you very much to PlayStation for supporting the show. Thank you very much to Destiny for putting out such a phenomenal expansion. And thank you very much to Pete for your soon-to-be very slowly going mad stream on Sunday. An all-day stream.
But pleasurably.
That's true.
Slowly and pleasurably from 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll be live.
That's how I like
Probably
it.
from like 4:40, 4:50 or something. I'll go live, and then fuck it. I'm not going to start with a timer. It's going to be on the dot.
Yeah, yeah. Now you put the idea in his mind. That world first. It's just hanging in front of him. He's not going to reach it, but it's there. It's just there. It's just out of reach.
5's not too bad. 5's not too bad to start time.
Cito in the
not great.
chat
Say that
says,
now.
I came out to my partner as Destiny curious recently. So congratulations. Big
That's
step.
very exciting.
I hope they support you through this. Yeah. You're in for a ride. You're in for a ride.
Is Destiny
also-
curious like you're curious about 3 other players with you at the same time? Because that's what you need. Oh, how big's a fire team?
3.
5?
3.
But when you
It's
rate it
only
6.
2.
Raid is 6.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Because I was about to say 3. That's pretty tame, Gus. That's pretty average. 6 is wild.
When you rate it. Yeah.
I don't wear this shirt for any less than 12.
There you go. And
But
also,
no pants.
we keep saying it's going to be a 20-hour stream, and I actually think that's selling you short. You could get this knocked over in like 2 or 3 hours.
Mm.
I'm just saying that I think it's important to be optimistic.
Theoretically possible.
How long did it take
All
you
right,
guys
good.
last year?
20 hours, I think. And that was
All
a
right,
raid that people
okay.
had finished.
Oh,
You had
wow.
to.
Couple of
Amazing.
hours. You'll be sorted.
Was it 10? Was it only 10? 14? That's not too bad. That's pretty good.
14.
Was it 10 hours?
So,
14
someone said 10,
says
someone said
Avexia.
14. Yeah, Avexia was there.
Yeah.
Bishop
I was
I was going to
was there,
say,
and
they should
Spirit.
know.
And because did somebody
Uh,
did somebody drop out at one point? And then you, I can't remember. I feel like there was.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yep.
I definitely tuned in at one point. You were playing, stopped watching, tuned back in at the time when I thought, there's no way he's still playing. And you were still
Still at the
playing.
same
And
point.
Gus and I started texting each other going, he's going crazy. And that
We're
was fun.
reaping
And then we were
all
there
the
when
benefits.
We cleared it. This was awesome. Okay,
That's
good.
right.
So thank you very much, PlayStation. Let's move on with the show because we got a lot to cover this week. And cover it we shall with our first segment, a little something we like to call I'm just saying what y'all been playing. Brought to you by BuriBuri. I can't help but like turn that into like a little song. And if
Yeah.
I was to turn it into a song, I would want that song to be copyrighted by BuriBuri, who is, well, as far as I know, a lawyer, though I've never seen any credentials.
You think she's just moonlighting as a lawyer? It's just
You think it could be a
winging it?
scam?
Well, I mean, but this is really on me because I didn't double check. But she just said, I was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And she was like, "I'm a tech lawyer covering mainly like gaming IP law." And I was like, "Oh, wow!" But you know, I tell people shit all the time, and I've just taken her on her word.
You start most podcasts with Australia's favourite gaming podcast, and that's bullshit.
Nick opens with a lie. So.
What does BuriBuri do
Sentence
if she's
out of
not a
my
lawyer?
mouth.
What's her true occupation? If she's using lawyer as a cover.
Bear
Oh,
taxidermist.
okay, yeah, she's a bear taxidermist.
Oh yeah, and the animal rights people, I feel like, would be very upset about that. So she has to
Yeah.
lay low.
Because they don't want bears doing taxes. Quick peek cut to the Destiny trailer again. Anyway, thank you very much, BuriBuri, for washing your dirty money through our show. Let's jump off with some of the games we've been playing this week. Gus, talk to me about Elden Ring. I am
Ring a ding, 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 indeed.
so excited to hear what you think.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've managed to squeeze in a few hours playing Elden Ring, even though I am currently also playing another open world, melee combat third-person brawler being Horizon, which I'm still playing for the game club. But I jumped in and put about sort of 5-ish, 6 hours into Elden Ring, and it has a lot to live up to in the amount of hype that everyone's been talking about. It's been getting amazing write-ups, amazing reviews. There's a very dense, very large game ahead of me, which is very intimidating. And I have to be honest, I'm still nervous after having about what to expect from more to come after playing these 6 hours. To be fair, I have done a thing which I do a lot of the time in From games, which is I've rerun the first 2 hours. So I got about 2 or so hours into it. I switched from PC to console, and I've been like, cool, now that I've just made all those first little mistakes, I'm going to have another run at it again, which is often a thing I like to do.
Did you make any differences in the terms of the character that you chose and the class and stuff? or
Yeah,
no?
I changed my class because I didn't love. I started as a samurai, I've switched to vagabond. I don't know how that's going to affect longer term play, but I was like, I just want to stick with your traditional sword and board. Go with it, pretty boring. But I changed that. I changed my sort of points of where I started the game and how I grinded a few of the early bosses and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's interesting. I guess my big takeaway from these first couple of hours is that I am a bit anxious because one of my favorite things about the Dark Souls series in particular, which this just feels like Dark Souls 4. Like, it's not really hiding much about how it is just so close. Sekiro and Bloodborne are very different departures into different realms, whereas this is, very, very Dark Souls. And what I love about those series, particularly Dark Souls 1, is that there is a very curated experience that feels big and expansive, but you are being channeled through sort of these linear spaces. Now, you do get choices all the time in those earlier games where it's like you can go left or right, and often one way is not the right way to go. But I like that level of choice. I'm not sure if I'm still gelling with the openness of what happens at the beginning of this. You get into this first area. You're very early given your Mount Torrent, and you're able to discover lots of different branching paths, almost to the point that I am overwhelmed. That's what happens in open world games. But not in the way that I'm feeling kind of like, I guess, sort of inspired to go running into every different direction. And if anything, it's losing a bit of the charm that I love about a From game, which is that there's the crypt or the mountains or the mossy stairs. It's like, no, here it's just big open fields and there's creatures wandering aimlessly around, and it feels a little less curated. I'm sure I am so at the start of this game. There is so much ahead of me that I feel like that's going to get something that I leave behind when I move into these other areas. But just as my initial takeaway, I am not craving the need to go back and discover all these other corners of the world. I kind of just want to know what path I should be going down, which, I don't know, is not how I wanted to feel going into this. I wanted to have this very, oh my God, I can go everywhere now. And I don't feel that way. I don't know, Nick, you've played a lot more of this than I have. Is this how you started, or are you going down the right path from the beginning?
Yeah, so I've put in about 11 hours, and I adore it. The funny thing is, I feel like I'm doing exactly the same thing as you. I didn't really do anything different. There is a main path you can follow. You basically go to the these little points of grace, site of grace, and they're the equivalent of a bonfire in a Souls game. And then there is this golden light that sort of like threads off it, pointing you in a direction that you follow when you find another site of grace, and that's basically the main path of the game. I didn't start following that the initial 2 sites until about 8 hours into the game. I just wandered off into the world. And I think out of all of us, I'm the one that is most sick of open world games. I find them really exhausting at this point in my life and incredibly samey. And every time I play one, I'm just like, this is just the same thing every time. And this, to me, feels like it doesn't necessarily revolutionize an open world, because I think it's doing a lot of the same things as other open world games. It just feels so intentional in everything that it does. When you wander off, everything I find is inherently interesting. And I think that is so often is my problem with an open world game. Oftentimes it's just like, there's just more of the stuff here, and this stuff is just, like Horizon being the most recent example. I'm just like, yeah, it's just more robots. It's just more of these fucking robots everywhere. And they're all just, the encounter's kind of just the same encounter every single time. And then I'm going to talk to this person, and they're going to send me off somewhere else. I'm going to find more fucking robots and have the same fight. And the enemy types are so varied. It really feels like I'm wandering through a place that I am discovering, that no one else is there. It feels wild. It feels like what I wanted New World to be, which is a really weird comparison of this thing of like, I just wander out into this area and have engaging, thrilling combat and discover this space for myself. You're right that it is basically Dark Souls 4. There are some really cool tweaks to the way that the combat works, which I think make it... there's a whole debate at the moment about whether or not this is the best Souls game for someone who doesn't play Souls games, and I don't think the answer is yes or no. I think that it still does all the shit that Souls games do, and it still hides a bunch of the stuff that, well, not necessarily hides, but like just doesn't explain a lot of itself to you, and you need to come to it on its terms. But that's also like everyone who plays Souls games started with that at one point in the series. One of the games was the first Souls games, and we all managed to like if you're prone to liking that kind of thing, we all manage to get over that and then find the love for it. But it does do some things where, because it's an open world and understands that you're going to be wandering around fighting, you can't just always have like the refillable Estus flask style stuff is not going to be as replenished as often without resetting the world at bonfire. So when you defeat a camp of enemies, it refills your flasks for you. I'm like, that's great. That means I can use those things in a fight and not have to worry like you do in a Souls game of like, how far can I edge through this next corridor space and conserve my healing and potions and whatever to get to the next bonfire. So it does things like that I think make it more accessible and understandable for what people sort of like expect from a game like this. But then at the same time, it just kicks you in the dick the entire time. But I think that the magical thing about this for me, and I'm wondering why, when I hear this is a 90-hour game and it is so epic in scope, and I don't like open world games anymore, I'm like, why do I love this so much? And I think that there's a really boiled down, a really simple reason is that it just doesn't overburden me with look at all the game. And I think that that's the exhausting thing about so many of these games. Like, if you like Dark Souls or you like Bloodborne or you like Sekiro gameplay, then I think there's you know what you're in for with this. But in terms of just wandering into a world, it's just like, I think about open world games. I start and they go, here is your quest, and you need to go here and talk to this person who's all the way over there, and here and here, and then there's these other people who are like, go do this thing, and then there's other icons on the map that'll like pick this up and find this thing and fix this thing and blah blah blah. And it's kind of like trying to show me all these things, going, engage in my world, whereas this game is just going like, at some point you're going to figure
you're an ant on the back of like a larger creature here. It's like as you said, you're the I guess I am dealing with a bit of whiplash playing literally like on my 30th hour in Horizon right now, and I'm kind of
so similar and
with
so
how
different, which is crazy.
Yeah, and so I literally finished like a 6-hour play session of Horizon and came across this. So I'm really excited to retrain myself to enjoy what it is I love about Dark Souls and that play style and that kind of thing. And I think it's maybe just getting past that initial being overwhelmed by not being told where to go. And I'm like, it's almost, after playing Horizon, it's so aloof that it's almost a little frustrating at the start. Whereas like, I think a lot of people have been hanging out for this are like, as you're saying, you're enjoying that hands-off approach from the game itself and just being like, let me just do this by my own terms. And it's, it's a different play style.
Do you think that you know what you need to do, right? Like you need to follow that golden path.
Yeah, and I've done that thing where the Dark Souls game takes you to a boss that's probably impassable at this point, where you get to a large, a talking character in front of a gate, and I'm like, okay, I got here far earlier than I need to. It's now up to me to go back and to explore this area behind me and both level up and pick up skills and eventually remind me to go, oh, now I'm more powerful. That guy's going to be easy. I'm just going to go back and take him out. So that's the vibe. I did rush off far too fast. Oh yeah, like on the horse, and it did break me a little bit in the way that Dark Souls games, I'm so used to being trapped by enemies, where it's here I can run away from them on a horse or run through it all, and I'm like, that's again at odds with how I'm used to playing these games, and I need to learn how to use that mount in a way that's effective, but also like that you can literally say, I'm just going to bail from this fight, which I'm not used to in the Souls game. So I think it's just getting used to a lot of differences, but they're not bad differences. I'm just not used to them.
And is it like
always in Souls?
Is it any different in the way that kind of where that you sort of is this because it's kind of more sprawled out, different in any way in terms of how you save and progress and stuff, or is it just like you're making your own path, and if you die, then you lose the progress in the last point that you
again, I think it's more forgiving in that respect as well. Basically, there are tons of these sites of grace all over the place, so you can travel.
There's more than bonfires. They feel far more like
there's way more of them. You can fast travel to them. So you can jump at any point, you can just open up the map and fast travel to a different site of grace anywhere on the map. And then there's also these things called Stake of Marika, which is these little statues that are they're kind of like
I haven't actually worked out how
checkpoints.
they say sometimes you can spawn back at them or at a site. I haven't really worked out the reason for that.
What it is basically basically they're around anywhere where there's going to be a difficult combat encounter or something akin to that, and it gives you the option when you die. It goes, do you want to revive at a stake of Marika or at a site of grace? And you go, if it gives you that option, it generally means that the stake of Marika is going to be closer to where you died. So it's going to be easier for you to get back to where you were if you revive at that thing. You can't do all the things that you do at a bonfire style thing where, like, upgrade your abilities and spend your runes and that sort of thing. But it does just basically, like, checkpoint you into that area, and you can go back and pick up your souls. So I think that there is, like, that sense of progression is... Because you're right, like, I loved the level design of going through a Souls game. And this is totally the opposite of that, where you can go anywhere and do anything. But
you can fast travel, as long as you're not in combat, you can fast travel at any time. I'm playing Horizon, you need to go to a bonfire to freely travel to another spot at any one time. So a little part of me loved that Dark Souls used to make me stop occasionally and go, okay, if I want to get there, I have to run down, round, through, and over, and do that. And I'd head off, and I'd usually find something on the way. I know that hasn't ruined the fast travel, because that was a part of Dark Souls 2, but when I initially worked out you could do that, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that just yet, that I can just go, I'm going to head back to that side of grace from a pause menu versus through a mechanic. And again, I'm not saying it's at the game's fault, but I don't love that. I'm guessing you're okay with it, Nick. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, because I think that it's trying to do a different thing. It's going, like, there are so many things hidden in this world. So much of the game is underground in these dungeons, in these hidden areas, that it's like, well, I'm sure I'm fast traveling to this area, but then I need to find my way down this labyrinthian whatever, or uncover this part here. It is so
You're still
big
getting
that,
those
like,
moments of the first time you go through that area is what
totally,
you're saying. So
and that sense of discovery is just so special to me in this, and I'm finding that the lack of direction is really freeing, and I'm just wandering around finding awesome shit, coming into these amazing moments that we keep seeing on Twitter, of these hilarious things of, like, an amazing way of dying, or this incredible vista or whatever. And I'm stumbling across them. I'm stumbling across some of the ones that people have seen. I'm stumbling across all my own versions of that thing. And it just feels like I'm in a real place.
Yeah.
But I'm so curious, Pete, you haven't played it yet.
No.
The whole time I'm playing it, I'm like,
I can't trust myself.
I don't know. You gotta get raid ready. But, like, I was like, Gus loves open world games, so this feels like something Gus would love. Steph, I think, would love this game if you clicked with the combat because of the discovery and the special moments. And then I'm looking at Pete, and I'm like, I wonder if he's going to enjoy the freedom or feel that it's a bit like Gus. Do you have any like thoughts just from what you've seen?
Yeah, my impression is that I will fall head over heels for this, which I can't afford to do right now, which is why I haven't started. After Sunday, I can do it. But I really like the idea, and again, I haven't played it, but I really like the idea of Dark Souls being more open. I've seen some... Brennan Keogh, who's an academic in games academic in Brizzy, been in the games industry for a long time. I've been keeping up with his tweets. He started playing early and is pretty deep into the game at this point, and said that he's feeling like late into the game that actually this game isn't open world. It's still a labyrinth. The paths are just really wide.
Totally.
And I think that's a smart game design decision from Software, because that's how they do such interesting world storytelling, is by directing you towards the next piece of the story. And the next piece of the story might be, holy shit, there's a city in this world. It's as simple as that. It's like, oh my God, like there was a civilization and I can see it. It's not in ruins. It's like almost still intact. And so the concept of being able to walk you towards that, like design by game design, is still there in that, if that is true, it's still there that you will be playing through the game in the way that the game designer wants you to, but there is more of an illusion of a bigger scale of world. Well, there is a much larger scale world, and there is an illusion of it being open because it's so broad.
In the way that when you have those discussions with other players who are like, I did the exact same thing you did, you're like, but how? There were so many different ways you could have gone. It's like,
Yes.
no, we were all being channeled that way, which is what I'm really hoping for. I guess I am being, and I think Pete, as someone who loved Dark Souls 2, you were interested in just how the game played and how you were performing in it, which I think is really, like, I'm annoyingly a purist when it comes to the first Dark Souls. I have a giant map of it on my wall because I love how that first world is built as one giant, like, just put together world. So it's like, I'm going to be painfully, critical about how I think this isn't as curated, but it is, as Pete says, it's just on a bigger scale. I just have to wrap my head around that. Yeah.
It's just it totally is. It's so, and that's what I was talking about with the idea of intentionality. Like, I just think that I think of when I play an Assassin's Creed game, and I cannot think of a moment in an Assassin's Creed game past 2 where I said to someone, "Oh, did you find this thing, or did you do this thing?" Because all of it just feels like the caves are there.
Yeah, I did that quest
at the end of the
It's
thing.
like
Stories. Yeah.
It's very job listy. I think a better comparison would be like The Witcher 3, which to me is very much more accessible in the combat, I'm assuming, and has a lot of while there is a sort of a story progression that you go through in the way that you approach all the different side quests and stuff, you kind of happen upon them and can choose to interact with them as you like, and then whether or not you choose to, well, based on what decisions you make in that specific thing, then that will affect the story outcome and stuff like that. So it feels more like a world where you can be like, what decision did you make here, and what happened when you went to this place, or did you see this thing? And people say, no, I don't. I didn't even see that, or whatever.
Yeah, where I think The Witcher gives you a cool side quest to lead you there. Dark Souls gives you hey, did you find this? The place itself was the story, not the story.
Maybe a slight visual cue of a glint of a castle outline that you're like, I want to go over there or something. And it's like,
And I do think, Gus, I totally understand what you're saying. I think if you think of it like Breath of the Wild or something, which we see the comparison a lot between the two, but what Breath of the Wild did so well is that point of interest. Navigating the world of just going you come over a hill and then you see something else and you're like, okay, I'm going to head there now. All of this game is literally looking around and going, what's that thing? I'm going to go see what that thing is. And then when you go there, what's that thing? And then you realize that is the corridor you're on. The corridor is thing to thing to thing, and the wide open space in the middle is basically just the room that you're walking through to get to the next door, which is the next thing that you see. And when you give into that, and also give into the idea, just fucking wander around that world and explore for a while, and then you just start wrapping your head around that space.
Even what we're seeing here, just walking into an old church and there's a dead dragon lying in it, you're like, something happened here.
So,
Can I ask, the only other thing that I'm intrigued about is the influence of George R. R. Martin strong or up front, or is it pretty obtuse?
It's the easiest fucking paycheck he's ever had in his entire life. You could. I cannot. So far, I have not seen a single thing that is any different to what Dark Souls did, what Demon Souls did, what Sekiro, or less so that, because that had a bit more of a plot. It's all the same kinds of names. It's all the same sort of you are the one. Hello, tarnished.
Greetings, traveler.
Yeah, a lot of fingers so far. Getting a lot of fingers. Finger maidens. Broken fingers. Bearer of the souls.
It's incredible. It's all the same.
They pick a theme and they just apply that same. You're this one lone wanderer in a cursed world with people. Yeah, which is cool.
I wonder if he actually has written all the games, and now they're only just coming out and saying it, because that's the only thing I can think.
My God, he would do a Brandon Sanderson YouTube video. He'd be like, "I've been lying to you this whole time."
It would be amazing. Oh my God, that Brandon Sanderson use. Wasn't it funny? What a twist. The last thing I'll say on it is that if you are thinking about playing it, it is still all the things that Souls games are, but they do really make some concessions in terms of I think the combat is easier. There are guard counters which are way easier to do than parrying in something like Dark Souls. There are
I haven't
jump
worked them out
attacks
because I'm
that-
trying to parry like Dark Souls. I'm like, apparently there's an easier thing to
No,
do.
just,
I'm like,
you just block with your shield,
And then parry,
when
yeah.
when they attack, then after the attack, you just R2 them, and if you get the timing right of when you attack afterwards, you basically do a guard counter and just do
Amazing.
a lot of damage to them.
Cool.
The horse combat is really strong
Good.
for some kinds of enemies. You can
No,
do jump
I think
attacks
he
and
means
jump
combat
around
off a horse, not what we're seeing right now, which is just combat at a
Yeah,
horse.
this is at a horse. But like you take this guy, you should not whoever's playing take him down on the horse because he can't deal with fast movements, but he can track you when you're just a little douchebag running around his face. Anyway,
But he is at the front gate when you enter the world in the classic Dark Souls way of going
so
like,
good.
hey, this enemy's here. You can't beat him yet. It's like, yeah.
But you sure will try.
You gotta try. You gotta try.
Yep. You will
And
try.
Gus,
Guys,
you're
is this
playing
your
on-
footage, Gus?
No.
So this person's doing pretty well.
Yeah, they win.
Oh, I died to this guy
Gus.
3 times and then went, fuck you, and left.
I just
get a horse.
when I
Playing
look at this
on-
combat, I can't see. I don't get an understanding of where his like hit area is.
box
Like I see
is,
people like. I don't know what I would assume be like a contact point where they would take damage and then they don't, and then I see other moments
Yeah.
where I don't see that they would take damage and they do, and I'm like I
You
don't.
get like iframes when you dive and stuff.
Yeah.
Dive
I still roll strafe around every enemy, and I'm like, I know the game knows how to combat this. And one of the mini bosses you meet in a cave early on just does so many 360 attacks after his first attack. I'm like, they know I'm here. They know I'm here. Yeah, I'm playing on PS5, Nick, which is looking lovely and running well on performance mode. So
Yeah, cool.
it's looking good in that sense. I did just want to add, like, it is nice listening to Nick. You just talk about the fact that it is going that point to point visual, just you don't need to actually be told after playing Horizon. It is funny playing a game where it's like, not only will I see where I want to go, 3 characters will stand in front of me and give me unskippable cutscenes that will put quest markers in that area and that will then half walk me there on a mission. And it's just that thing of going like,
baby.
I can't believe that, like, after Breath of the Wild, it still takes an effort for game developers to go, just show them it. Just that's all
Well,
it is. Show them something pretty. They're gonna want to go there, man. Like, yeah.
I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but they were talking about it, and they were like, games will learn the wrong lesson. Like, this is really the only game that's taken the right lesson from Breath of the Wild. And games will take the wrong lesson from this and obscure, like, one mechanic or something. And you either need to go all in and go, this is truly a discovery-based system, or you're not doing it right at all. So
Yeah.
I think that from the only company that make these kinds of games like this, and I think it's phenomenal, like, seeing this. I'm head over heels in love with this. I cannot wait to keep playing it. So I think we'll be talking about it for a while, but yeah, it's Steph. Steph, I really want you to play it.
Oh
I
no,
really
I'm
want
going
you
to.
give it a
I
shot.
have it. I
You
have it.
are?
I have it
Okay,
on
great.
Series X, so I'm definitely gonna give it a go. I mean, I just thought
Because
like
I think there's so much you will love about this. I really think there's so much you will love.
no, I know, and it's one of those games that I've looked at, and I'm like, that's everything about the world is what I love about fantasy. I just like. I feel like it's going to be a punish to be in it, but I've got to try. And I figured, if I get frustrated with it, I have a box copy, so we can just add it to the Christmas pile.
Perfect plan. Gus,
Good.
what else have you been playing?
Yeah, just quickly, another game I was looking forward to that I played recently is a game called Far Changing Tides, which is a sequel to Far Lone Sails, I think was the original. It's a little indie classics, when I say classic, traditional left to right platformer in the vein of your Limbos and your Blob Boy game. What was that one called? It's the one where everyone... I'm thinking of...
Inside.
Inside, thank you so much. Spoilers. And yeah, it's essentially a a really wonderful little a boy in his boat, which is going to be my next category of games that I like. Which it just sees you traversing across a very sort of beautiful and painterly but sort of destroyed possible apocalyptic future where you navigate it both on foot and using a vehicle. In this case, the vehicle is a boat. The previous game, it was a large, very similar looking one that had 2 big wheels on it, or a bunch of wheels, and you actually had sails on the car. And the whole game is basically micromanaging the vehicle you're in as you move from left to right and run into obstacles, which are little puzzle sections to go through. I love the first one. I played it to completion, which would have been about, I think, like 5 or so hours. It wasn't very long. It's very minimal storytelling, very beautiful art style, very beautiful music, and fun little mechanics in the way that you manage how you manage your vehicle. There's a great point in the first game where you're on this, again, it's like a land yacht. It had wheels, and you had to stoke an engine, which was making a lot of noise and putting out a lot of smoke. And then there'd be times where the wind would pick up and you'd put these sails up on this car and turn the engine off, and it would go quiet and the music would lift as you would be dragged along by the wind. And it was very sort of awe-inspiring, meditative, whatever you want to call it. And it's funny that they were like, the first one's about a car with sails on it. And then they're like, now it's a boat. Now it's just a boat with sails on it. So we're just this is what it should have been. The first game has no water in it. It's like the world runs out of water. And again, minimal story. You leave a little house. You don't meet any other people. There's lots of beautiful moments of loneliness. And I was hoping at the end of that game for some closure, something that it would give me. I'm going to say not spoilers, because the game, like Limbo, like a lot of these games, just
I don't know, you just spoiled inside for everybody.
is so minimalist that it chooses not to really give you anything anywhere. And it's like, oh, okay, the whole game is about interpreting it the way you want to see what could be going on in and around this world, which is good. There shouldn't be a character at the end that goes, you made it. Did you know this, and this? No one ever actually wants that exposition. But it was still something that I was striving for, that I was like, I've come to terms with that in the first game. So now in this one, I'm like, I'm just along for the ride, which I think should be on the box, because that's kind of what this is. It's just interpret what you're seeing in these beautiful landscapes behind you and don't read too much into it. Just enjoy the moments of peace in between the puzzles and look at these beautiful, scenes of sometimes really stressful stuff, but sometimes quite lovely. And yeah, I think what I've heard from this is as it goes on, it adds quite a lot of mechanics to it. You're picking up little bits of junk that you're feeding into the engine. You're stopping at things like this train station. So your boat is stuck, and so you need to use the parts of the train station to lift an obstacle out of the way. The way in which you run into little new puzzles that add things that you then learn that you can take back to your yacht is really lovely. And there's only ever one solution to move forward, and it's sometimes not as straightforward, but it's never frustrating puzzle solving. I think it's a really nice game to knock out in maybe 2 sessions on a weekend, where you're just like, I don't want to worry about all the multiplayer co-op puzzle whatever craziness. It's just like, just settle back into it. And there are some, as I said, in the first few hours, there's moments where suddenly a herd of deer come running along the boat next to you as the wind picks up, and you don't have to do anything. You just stand on the front of it and go like, I'm
shoot them from the boat.
They do
shoot them from the boat. So yeah, it's really lovely. The movement, there's one great little mechanic where it's you can actually, as the little person, leap into the water and move around the boat. But because you would swim too slowly and the boat would get ahead of you, you've got this cool little propeller outfit that you wear, and you can zoom around in the underwater swimming. The swimming feels really satisfying, and you can leap off your boat mid-sail and do all these other little things. So yeah, it's really lovely, and I think it's on Game Pass. So if you've got that, there's no reason
PC
why.
Game Pass or just console?
I just thought it was console, but it could be on PC too. Actually, I'll have to look into that.
I think both. Yeah,
maybe both.
But yeah, in front of PC right now. I'll solve this problem.
We could all look at it, but Nick will do that. So yeah, it's great. I don't think it builds too much on the first one. So I think if you played the first one, expect a lot of the similar kind of style of puzzles. And yeah, I don't think it's a huge game, so I'm looking forward to getting to the end and seeing if that man is standing or person is standing at the end of the game to say, you made it. Did you get it? So
it is on PC.
Yeah, the word for this is meditative, and I know it gets thrown around a lot with these little games like this, but it's really lovely. Like, a little bit of puzzle, a little bit of chill out in between, and it's got boats. Gus loves his boats.
A little bit of what in between?
Meditativeness. I was trying to say, just
chud.
You said chud.
The word chud came out of your mouth, and I want to know what that means.
Maybe my mic cut out? I didn't mean... Did I say chud?
You said chud.
Is chud a sex thing?
You said chud.
I got him googling it.
A sex thing?
Is it an acronym? CHUD.
What does it mean?
It's a sex boat, okay? You do chud on the sex boat. Spoilers, you've spoiled the game.
You do chud on the sex boat on a t-shirt.
But it's really lovely. I highly recommend it. It's far, because if it's anything like the last one, very calming, very chud.
Don't Google it.
Yeah, good. What is it, Steph?
I don't know.
Don't
I don't
Google
think it's anything specific, but I think it's something.
It's
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm going to watch that back. I said
There
shut
is
up.
something.
Okay, cool, good. All right, Steph, talk to us about the actual real game that everyone's here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I finally got to play Martha is Dead. So
He's so happy.
I know. Well, yeah, it's pretty dark. I was very worried about the kind of subjecting people to the gore that was censored after I kind of learned what it was. So I kind of swapped between showing it and not showing it in stages so that we can get through it. So basically, I don't know how much you guys know about the game. I tried to not know anything about it as much as possible. It's set in 19.
No, even when you picked it.
Yeah. I read the sort of basic synopsis of it, but it's set in.
You read the title is the synopsis.
Well, it's set in 1940s Italy.
Yeah.
During the war, and it's hard to talk about because the story is kind of everything, and it really is quite a convoluted mystery. The basic sort of setup, which I think is okay to say, is that Martha is
Don't spoil it. What's she gonna do?
Oh shit! Is that
Martha's fine. Martha's swimming. Martha's healthy and well.
Martha is an identical twin.
Oh.
So the story
wasn't
kind of,
expecting that.
so the story kind of, that's a kind of key part of the story and a key part of the mystery. And every time I thought I had a handle of what was happening, I would discover some new piece of information and be like, no, but that means it can't be right, what we were thinking. You're trying to solve the mystery around a murder while under the kind of, backdrop of, or against the backdrop of this kind of war that's happening, but also it's kind of getting closer to you and you're kind of getting involved in ways that you were not expecting. It's hard to speak cryptically about it. And then the horror elements are kind of a great way to set the mood. It's very spooky. It's not spooky in a jump scare way, but it is very spooky in terms of the mood that it's setting up and the mystery. But I would say that the horror elements so far feel a bit unnecessary. I haven't got to the end yet. I tried really hard last night, but I was just dealing with some tech stuff. But unless there is some specific payoff at the end that makes all of the gore worth it, and there isn't heaps. It's just like when they do show a moment of sort of shocking gore, it's really, really intense. And then the game kind of just continues on as you're in the Tuscan countryside in summer, and it's really lovely. So you're just, it's a weird juxtaposition, and I know that they're trying to do that as a way to create a jarring experience so that you get lulled into this kind of the beauty of the Italian countryside and just kind of figuring things out and mulling around and solving clues and being a detective and a major mechanic of this game is taking photos with an old-timey camera and developing them and going through all the manual processes of doing that. So you get kind of involved in that, so that when you do get hit with a creepy scene or a memory or a vision of someone's face coming off, it's like, whoa, Jesus, okay. And it feels, the scene that was censored is like, it's meant to be tied into the kind of symbolism around identity being someone's face. So I understand what they were going for with it, but when you put something like that and the game makes you perform a specific action yourself, rather than just kind of showing you a scene or whatever that feels really full on and kind of unnecessary. I don't know. I guess I'm totally fine with gore and horror in a game when it's kind of like serving the process of the story. But this is a really interesting, intense story to tell, and I like that it's scary. But so far, those elements of it feel like they're there for shock value, and they don't really serve the story in a way that I think is, I don't know.
Don't answer this question because you're of trying to tread carefully and avoid spoilers. But does it dabble more in the realm of supernatural or psychological in terms of the horror? Because from what I've seen, I'm kind of like that give it away, or because I thought it was ghosts and jump scares, but it feels like so grounded.
Definitely both. There's the supernatural stuff in there, but it's not like jump scary in the way it doesn't. There are no moments really where there are very few moments that there are actual like jump scare stuff. It's more just you'll have an encounter and it's scary, and then you'll see something really gross. So
I guess I meant, was it focusing more on the idea of there are ghosts and specters here, or is this dealing with the demons of someone's internal struggle with a death and war and everything that's going on, and that's what's turning into all the are ghosts around in this world? Is that kind of the vibe that you're getting from it? Spoilers?
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like there's no point going into that. I feel like it's just. I guess what I'm trying to say is
can you answer, how does the game end? Can you answer that without sort of like?
Have you encountered any chud?
I saw as well, because it's got puzzle elements to it.
Yeah.
I saw an article where they were talking about like there's tons of Morse code in this game. Is that a main mechanic that you need to interact with, or is that just like one Morse code puzzle goes forever?
Yeah. So far, that's only happened once, and chat very frustratingly solved it in 2 seconds, and then I made them wait while I figured it out very slowly. They're like, Steph, it's this, and I'm like, no,
SOS.
No, I'm like, so are the dots? Are they? Is it how many?
D.
So hey, wait. Everyone's just like, everyone's like, we want to see the end, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do this. But no, that was just one thing.
Okay. Are there other puzzles that are interesting?
I wouldn't really say that there are puzzles. Like that was a kind of puzzle that you had to solve. The rest of it is more just the game puts you through the manual process of doing old-timey things. So like when you take photos of stuff, you're kind of choosing the lenses that you want to use, and you're adjusting the focus and the aperture and all that kind of stuff of this old-fashioned camera. And then you go into the dark room, and then you're like exposing it, and then you're putting it in the, fluid to like expose the film and all that kind of stuff. And there's a bit of back and forth and walking around and sort of in the order of the way that you sort of do things. But I wouldn't say that there are necessarily, I wouldn't say it's a puzzle game, really. The puzzle is the story and figuring that out and going through. And there are things, and there are things you have to find, but I wouldn't say that there is like a lot of puzzles to solve.
So like, and I don't want to show too much footage. We're still in like the first 20 minutes of the game here. So obviously the game is playing through the story, and that's what it is. You don't really have there's no innate abilities or anything like that. It's all just like contextually interacting with the scenes that play the narrative out.
Yes, but it's done in a way that, like, for example, one of the first things that you wake up to is that there's a box that's locked, and you know that there's something in there that you need to get out that's significant. So you're like, all right, I got to keep an eye out for that key. And then as you're walking past, there's another door as well that you can't access, and they refer to that being a significant room that is relevant to your past in a way that I won't say. But like every time you walk past those things, it's like, that fucking door, okay. And so as the story starts revealing to yourself, you're starting to realize that more and more that whatever's behind that door is going to be like a major piece of the puzzle, and it becomes more and more frustrating that you haven't found it. And there are different things that happen where you start to gain access to things that give you more information, and then start to create a sense of urgency that is exciting. I'm really actually enjoying the story a lot. It gets in its own way a little bit in terms of the fact that like sometimes there are things that you can't do yet. And so I go all the way down, and because everything's so manual and it's slow and whatever, going down one end of the map and then realizing that I actually can't interact with that yet, I have to go and complete this other thing first, is annoying. But like, I think it's only annoying because I'm keen to get through it, and I want to find out what the end, what the conclusion is. And I'm aware of my streams going late. I think if I was playing this at a leisurely pace, I wouldn't really be thinking of that so much.
Yeah, cool. It seems like a good stream game as well.
Yeah. It's a really interesting story. I think chat's really into it. People stayed up later than they wanted to last night because they were conscious of not wanting to miss anything. And I think one thing that I would say, if you are thinking about playing, or if anyone's thinking about playing it themselves, is definitely play it in Italian. I'm playing it in English just because I think when you're streaming it, it's not really fair for people to have to read subtitles if they're watching a stream and they're doing other stuff and whatever, and they want to enjoy it sort of passively. So the voice actors are fine, but they're all very British, and I would have preferred them to just get like Italian actors with Italian accents or whatever, so at least it feels authentic to the the location, and I'm getting that this is an Italian family, even though they're speaking English. And I feel like it would be more immersive if I played it in Italian. So that would be my note.
cool.
But I'm hoping to finish it on Friday, so we'll find out.
Cool.
What really happened.
Wait
I'm really happy you're liking it. I love that it's over the course of 5 or 6 weeks, it's become an iconic back pocket.
Yeah.
It's like it's mentioned, I think, every episode. We will talk about it at the end of the year for a variety of reasons.
For sure.
It's on a T-shirt. It's a back pocket game for sure.
We've got a jingle thanks to Muso for Hire with a mug.
God. That has been in my head for weeks.
It would have been pretty sad if it was just awful. But no, it's actually a really good story. I'm really enjoying it. It's not the game of the year, but it's a great mystery, and I'm actually really excited to get to its conclusion and find out the end. Because we have a lot of theories, but no solid ones yet.
There you
Awesome.
go.
I have also. I mean, I've spent basically my entire week playing Elden Ring and Destiny, but I did squeeze in 2 other small things. The first is a free game that you can download. I think it's only on PlayStation at the moment. It's called Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, and it's basically a visual novel prologue to Ghostwire Tokyo. And it's very complicated. First of all, I'll say it's very complicated to find in the store. You go to the store, you search for it, it doesn't come up. You search for Ghostwire Tokyo, you go to the Ghostwire Tokyo page, and then it's a version within that. It's almost like they don't want you to find it, which could be for a good reason, because it's not very good. But it's very bare bones. It is basically just a visual novel. There are some choices that you can make along as you go along, but the premise is that you play it from the perspective of a few different characters in Tokyo as this little kid, one of their friends has gone missing, and then they employ the services of this detective to go and find out what's going on. And the game the story then follows what's going on at Tokyo, the premise of what the video game, the main game is going to do. I don't think that there's anything in here that you will need to know in order to enjoy the main game. And there are some little bits and pieces in here that I was like, oh, that's cool. I actually, like, it shows you this, because it's all, obviously it's a different art style than the game is, but it has some really cool character design in it, and it shows you some of the, like, I think the Ghostwire enemies look awesome. And so seeing them rendered in a different way is cool. And while the story stuff is interesting, it's just the writing is very bad. It's like interesting story, but let down by just very rote prose and dialogue. It's a bit of a slog to get through. It's about 40 minutes long, and if you're a huge Ghostwire Tokyo fan, then go nuts. But well, I don't know if you can be a huge Ghostwire Tokyo fan, because no one's actually played it.
It's weird because it's hard to not just see this as marketing, in the sense that the thing I've seen that I'm interested about playing that game, Ghostwire Tokyo, is that from everything, all the material, you wake up in a Tokyo where everyone's missing and there's ghosts, and there's a mystery to the action of what's happening. So any form of prequel slash like what we're seeing here is just filling in the blanks that either A, I want to discover as I play through the game, or B, it's like, yeah, I get it. I wake up and Tokyo's abandoned. So before that, Tokyo was full of people. I'm like, I know. I don't need to see that. I'm sure there's more to it than this, but it's just like, that's enough of a jump for me to make, to go like, unless, anything here you're going to add is just story you're going to remove from the game later on that I will discover. So
yeah, I think that's spot on. And I think it fills in some gaps, but are they gaps that need to be filled in? I don't know. I'll have to play the game and find out. I'm excited for the main game, so that's why I checked this out. But you could do worse than having some setup for a game that's coming out soon. And then the other thing that I checked out today is Puzzle Quest 3. It's been like 10 years, maybe 12 years since Puzzle Quest 2. I loved the first Puzzle Quest so much. Like, that was so much fun. That was a game that I feel like everyone was playing, and it was just like, oh my god, they fucking flipped the match 3 formula on its head. And now we're playing Elden Ring and stuff where it's just like, oh yeah, that's right, good games. But there is not a huge amount that is different about Puzzle Quest 3, other than the fact that it's free to play. whereas the others were paid. And it has a time mechanic to it, which I think is interesting. So as a reminder for Puzzle Quest, it's basically like a matching gems game, but different kinds of gems that you match give you different powers, abilities, attack, defense, spells, mana, all that sort of stuff. And then before it would be like it's turn based, so you do a match and they do a match, you do a match and they do a match. And this one, you've got, I can't remember how long it is. It's not very long. It's like 10, 12 seconds or something. And you, in that time, try to match as many gems as you can. They can be different kinds within the grid. So you can do like 3 blues and 4 red attacks and 3 green health things and whatever. And if you can get them all done within the time, then all of them execute. So it's kind of like... it's a little less methodical of just like planning it out and more instinctive of like, okay, I'm going to try and like work my way through this thing instinctively and hope that I've figured it all out. That's really the main difference. The other thing that has is it ties into like your Puzzle Quest account, so you can play it on Steam and on your phone and I think on your Switch and on console, and your progression carries over between all those things, which is just nice for like, it's not just a mobile game. I can sit there and do like 10 minutes on my computer or something. So if you like Puzzle Quest, it's more Puzzle Quest. It's got some bullshit free to play mechanics in there. So far I haven't encountered some...
the paid element, yeah.
Yeah, like it's sort of like it's unlocking chest style things. It's all the things of like, you could just speed this process up, but oftentimes I'm not looking to sit and hammer out 40 minutes of video game on my phone. I'm looking for like 10 minutes at a time, and I'll just come back to it when the timer runs out. So I've seen some reports saying you can get through without it. There's a battle pass that gives you shit. There's a free tier and a premium. All the normal shit that's happening in games now is happening to Puzzle Quest. But if you like Puzzle Quest, there's a new one out. It's on your phone. It's on your laptop. It's on everything. And you can check it out because it's free. But yeah, Puzzle Quest. Still good. Free to play.
Still good.
Not so good.
That's
what I've been
just
checking
muted you. Just mute yourself when you're typing.
Can I mute myself here?
Yeah, on your go.
Oh, I can't.
Do it every time.
Sorry.
Do it every time.
I think is that
keyboard is
ducking
close
my
to your
audio?
mouth and no, but it's
Well, no, because
your audio.
because
This is an audio disaster. This fucking stream. your voice falls apart, Nick, because your internet's shit. Steph types louder than she talks, and Gus is fine.
Well, Gus spoils a lot when every time he opens his mouth.
The puzzle was inside us all along.
From one quest to another.
Thank you.
A quest of puzzles to a quest for pants. I said on Monday I'd play this game. I would never lie to you. Puzzle Quest. Pants Quest is a point and click adventure about getting up in the morning. It totally is, Gus. About getting up in the morning. It's really charming. The concept is this 30-year-old hopeless man is home alone because his partner is traveling for work and he needs to get himself ready for work and struggles to do so. And so you're just moving through this guy's house. You move through a few rooms, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, basement. It's all really contained, and everything you need, is nearby. Half the game is like trying to get this guy's shit together. Like you pick up all his dirty laundry and put it in the basket because you, the player, need to do it when you're looking at his room.
Yeah, right.
There's like trash in the kitchen, and you're like, "Oh my god, dude, fucking get your shit together!"
Right. Okay. It's Sierra style police quest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, now you're muted, Steph. Damn.
Sorry, but he's going through something, right? He's like,
what, like a trauma?
No trauma.
No,
no trauma. He's
just
just a pathetic, average man.
Do we have to cut his face off at some point?
Maybe Have you finished the game?
Yes.
Okay.
The story is like, it's
charmingly.
There's such a lightness to the concept. Yeah. It's all humorous. It's all very well executed. It's quite short. It's less than an hour. I would love to follow this guy fumbling through the next problem that he encounters. It's that classic scene from Malcolm in the Middle of Hal goes to change a light bulb, and when he takes the light bulb out, but he goes into the garage and he opens the drawer where they keep the light bulbs, and the drawer drops. So he goes to get a screwdriver so he can fix the drawer. And as he gets a screwdriver,
squeaky and
something else happens. And by the time Lois gets home, he's under the car changing the oil. And it's just like the lights out, and he's like, "I know. What does it look like I'm doing?"
Yeah, right. Okay.
That is this game.
So,
that scene is this game.
Yeah, okay. So it's about like the frustrations of just trying to get through a day when everything kind of goes wrong or one thing affects another.
Yeah. It's like it's a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, okay.
But as trivial as he can't find his pants. Dust pants quest.
Yeah.
Got to feed the cat.
Yeah,
Got to make a coffee. Drops the coffee.
The impression I got from this was that it was going to be some like his life is falling apart, emotional crisis that he has to kind of come out of, and it was going to be some kind of emotional journey.
I was wondering where this guy's clearly going through some trauma angle came from.
Yeah, that was just, I don't know, that was from the blurb that I read. It was just like life can be really hard sometimes, and sometimes it's hard just to like get up in the morning and find your pants, and I'm like, it can be hard.
I think to get
it can be hard to find my pants.
It all. And then I think
again,
when you were like, he's just a pathetic human, I was like, oh god.
I think again, calling it quest and being a sort of a homage to Police Quest, and it was a dragon. There was another one that was like a sword and sorcery. It's like
Puzzle Quest 3.
Then it was like they were all the quest series from Sierra, and they were all like, "You must save the world." And this is someone's going, "What if you just had to get pants and use all the same tropes from those old games?" I'm like, I think it's great.
Yeah,
and are the jokes good?
The jokes are good. The puzzles and part of the jokes are that the puzzles are funny.
King's Quest,
like the trailer kind of gives away. There's humor in the concept that at one point you have to try and operate a piece of technology in the house, and the dial on it is so confounding that it's like the graphic of it is ultra confusing, and not necessarily because it should be on the device, but because it is to this person. It's like these digits don't mean anything. So there's just like a series of buttons that are just random symbols.
It's like it's in Italian.
Yeah, it's like it's in Italian. It's I don't want to spoil. I think it's totally worth a playthrough if you ever got a kick out of these kinds of games. I think it executes the style well, point and click well.
Yeah.
It's not the best point and click adventure game, but I think the humor gets it across the line for me, and there's one moment that feels like a LucasArts like stop playing the game point of frustration, like back when they were still figuring out how to make the puzzles not just so obtuse that they make you turn off the game. Like back when they were trying to make games last longer by making it go, well, actually, you need to think way more laterally than we've taught you so far.
Yeah.
And there's one point like that in this, which I think is fine, but was like leads you to the point of frustration where you're like, what's happening? But I found the answer in that frustration, and I think that's the point. It felt like playing, Fate of Atlantis and going like, the answer's not here, and the answer was,
I can't use my whip to get across there.
You need to stand still for 3 minutes, that kind of thing. So,
yeah.
And how long is it?
Less than an hour.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time to look for your pants.
That is a long time to look for your pants.
Yeah.
Give the guy a break. He's going through some stuff.
He's going through some intense trauma.
It's very cool. And the other thing that I played was the made for the Steam Deck, not Stream Deck, made for the Steam Deck Aperture.
Because you have a Steam Deck.
After hearing this, you are exceptional. No, don't be bashful. It's true. No false modesty. Let's get started.
Why is this made for the Steam Deck? What is it about it?
Sorry, I cut us off for a second there. This is the wrong scene. This is made for the Steam Deck. It's a demo for the Steam Deck, and it's set in Aperture Laboratories in the time when Aperture Laboratories was still a functioning business and not
cool.
a destroyed lab.
Okay.
And, the point of it is the story, and I was playing through that, but also once you get to the bottom of this lift, there's a new robot, adorable. The voice isn't that cool, but the dialogue is good. And you get a desk. And this is where Aperture Desk Job comes from. You, as I'm interacting with my controller, it is represented on screen. It's magic. It's magic.
Yeah.
I press X and the X gets pressed on the screen. But this is like, okay, this is what the layout of the Steam Deck is. And so you go through some kind of like mundane tasks as you would at Aperture Laboratories back in the day of making sure the toilets are ready for shipping. I played probably half of it before I stopped and went, God damn, I need to play this on a Steam Deck. Because the whole point of this experience is to enjoy the words that are being thrown your way and just tinker with your fun new device with
your new thing. Totally.
A SMIC-looking game.
That's cool, actually. I was like, I don't really see the point of it. Like, a Steam Deck is just going to be effectively like a Switch in terms of its layout. Like, why do people need to learn that?
They did the same thing with Steam VR. They did a Aperture, like you got to play with a bunch of robots, and they used their Portal Aperture branding as their like, this is our introduction to anything Steam related now. And I think it's super cute and clever, but I can see what you mean, Pete. If you don't have the toy, then this does feel pointless. It's like playing the Steam VR Aperture thing without VR. You're like, why?
And it's like this is all the functions of the Steam Deck. And it's like, I was getting through fine with a controller, and then it was like, say your name. And it's like, oh, I don't have a mic plugged into this game right now. So, that's where I stopped and was like, I kind of want to just like experience it all. I'll give you a little taste of his voice. Tell me what you think. I don't know if it's because he's American that I don't love him.
Yep.
But don't even worry about it, because here's what I've actually been working on.
Yeah, I hate it.
It might be someone famous.
Introducing the Mark II. This is what I spent most of the 6 months on. It was 1 month for...
It's got to be either
fine.
bubbly or nervous.
It doesn't sound like It doesn't sound like someone famous. It sounds like...
The design of it is amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah, that's what they do well. But unless you've got a bumbling British person robot, like...
I want to know who it is.
It's probably someone like he's probably from like
all robots are British.
I think
all dogs are boys, all cats are girls.
I think the thing that is weird about it for me is that he sounds quite lethargic, but what he's doing is he's obviously spent a lot of time putting things together to show off to you, and I'm like, those two things don't go together. Like, this should be a lazy robot, and this robot is clearly some sort of genius.
Was there a bit of J.K. Simmons' voice at the start?
There is at the start.
Good. He's the Mr. Aperture man or whatever. I love that.
God, I want a Steam Deck. I want a Steam Deck so fucking bad.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Did you see Gabe Newell was hand delivering some in Seattle the other day?
It's amazing. Wow. I said in chat, someone in chat who was, I just wrote to them asking if I could have it. Renico said that they got one coming in Q2, and I said I would do anything for it. And then BuriBuri's like, don't say anything. And I'm like, first of all, you're not a lawyer at all. I could say whatever I want. And B, I mean anything. Like, I'll...
Anything.
He means anything.
Anywhere,
registered with a little
any
R.
way for any amount of time. But yeah, I want one so bad.
It's voiced by Nate Bargatze, who is just a American comedian. He's known for a special on Comedy Central Presents. And
I know him.
Appeared multiple times on Late Night, Conan O'Brien, Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, and he started at the Boston and New York City.
He's in there's a Netflix stand-up special that he's in.
Is it good?
It is good. Yep, he's fun.
Now he's making toilets as a robot.
Wow, what a fall. How many people do you reckon had to pull their desks together at Valve to make that game?
4.
It's just such a, like, you see that stuff and you just go, like, obviously the Steam Deck looks awesome and by all accounts is pretty cool with some caveats, but an awesome piece of tech. And you just go, like, Gus loved What do you
Alex. Half-Life Alex.
Alex, Half-Life Alex. And you just go, these people should be making games all the time because look
I
at
know.
the fucking quality
Yeah.
they put out. And then they just don't. It's everyone talks about how it's such a great system for working. It just sounds like it isn't. It just sounds like it's an unfocused mess and we're fucking lucky to get any robots.
Well, you don't know
Even
that.
if they do sound
You've
lazy.
never been there. I think maybe they've just got like some cool creative things that are working for them.
Peter was there. He built a toilet. He's done more than you'll ever do with them.
He's done more than you'll love. Okay, good. Those are all the games that we've been playing this week. That's Elden Ring, Far Changing Tides, Mata is Dead, Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude, Puzzle Quest 3, Pants Quest, and Desk Job. You get a desk job after you complete your Pants Quest. Okay, we'll be back after this very short break with more Back Pocket.
And it can be anything. It doesn't have to be.
Doesn't need to be that good.
It doesn't have to be anything specific.
Yeah, it could be you filming a box of cereal, and then you just say cereal.
Oh yes, this is gonna be so good. Oh man, what a man, Nick, you're the oh man, it's a great idea. Okay, cereal. Okay, great. Yeah, that's gonna work perfectly. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, oh yes, that worked.
You say it in Attack.
Oh gosh, I should have waited till the end of the sentence. You stupid. Oh, why did you do it so early? Jeez. Okay, wait. How do you even say it in Italian? Oh, I'll look it up now. What is it? Okay. Google Translate Italian cereal. Okay. Cereale? Cereal? Huh?
Cereale.
Oh, okay, alright. Cereale.
Is your thumb chafed? Calloused? Does it hurt when you headshot the wizard from the moon? You've probably got Destiny Thumb, a condition that affects 1 out of every 1 Destiny players. Lucky there's Avexia. Just apply Avexia thrice daily to the affected area. Side effects of Avexia may include heart murmurs, heart whispers, heart shrieking, jam tongue, deep vein thrombosis, shallow vein thrombosis, elephantitis, giraffe neck, Truman Show syndrome, me, myself and Irene-itis, the quakes, the shakes, the shake and bake, the bacon snake, the snake and rake, foodborne illnesses including breech banana and chicken Caesarean salad, bulging vein, bungee mane, imposter syndrome, composter syndrome, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, beaver fever, rat bite fever and Saturday night fever, facial blindness, severe facial remembrance, alien hand syndrome, mermaid foot, and in some rare cases, Destiny Thumb. Do not take Avexia if you are also taking medication for Fortnite fungus or Dota Dick.
In last week's episode of Back Pocket, the team's Slack channel was visible for just a brief moment in time. It revealed some cryptic channel names, so I thought I'd go through and explain what some of these are. Currently, we are in the Narc channel, which was created so that Nick can spam articles that nobody else cares about. Pete, being the pragmatic producer that he is, believes it's a waste. You'll notice he's trying to turn it into a channel about actual narcs, but it's not working. Nick's articles are too numerous and far too boring. Grown Ups is a channel where little Will can ask the adults all the questions he has about the world, such as what's the difference between a cuck and a simp? Bezos is the group chat that the team have with Jeff Bezos. Every week, Bezos personally buys the team's opinions and tells them what to say on the show. This is totally normal. Every Twitch affiliate has this channel. Riot is a 24/7 album stream of the album Riot by Paramore. Obviously, this was Nick's idea. Gus was against it from the very start, but he gave in after Nick blackmailed him with some incriminating pictures. Speaking on the matter, Nick said, "I never meant to brag, but I've got him where I want him now." Pics of boats for Gus? It's best that you don't ask about that one.
Oh god.
Reported.
Wait a minute. I don't have access to pictures of boats for Gus.
You don't want access
You
to
don't want
pictures.
it.
You
of
really
boats for
don't.
us.
You really
What's in
fucking
there?
don't.
It's what
Some
it says.
boats?
What
Whatever.
it says.
Some
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah, there is definitely some boats. There are definitely pictures. They're definitely
They're all for me.
and they're aimed at Gus. Steph, I'll send you one later. Actually, while someone else is talking, I'll send you a link at some point in the show, and then I need you to just look at it, and no matter who's talking or what's going on, just react, just gut
I
reaction.
get to
straight away.
decide if I want to be in the channel. If I'm in the channel, will it hamper?
This is more talk than we should talk about this channel.
Will it hamper the freedom that you will have to post boat pictures in there?
No. I think I would. I think we would post the same amount of boat pictures that are currently in that channel.
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah, good.
That's true.
Okay, good. Now two things. One, Sam Funk, phenomenal work, brilliant.
Amazing.
At some point, I was like, "Oh, this should have just ended at say in Italian, and it should have just ended." And then you topped it, and it was fantastic, brilliant. And then Mitto. Bold move, sir, but it paid off in spades. That was
Terrifying.
yeah.
We watched it a few times just to be like,
Yeah,
all good.
Just making sure that that nothing there is, actually the thing we were like is like, are we revealing anything that other people wouldn't want us to?
Business stuff.
But I think also I know Mitto is good people, and I think that he would have made sure that wasn't the case. Very funny.
Pics of Chud for Gus.
Pics of Chud, and the lesson here is we need a new Slack. Before we move on to our next segment, what we don't need new things is new sponsors for PCs, because we've already got one, and that's Dream PC. Very excited to have our business pocket partner Dreams PC on board the show. Contractually, we need to talk about the PCs that they build, but we want to, because if we build it, then they will dream them, and that's how it works. We build a PC, and then Dream PC just dreams about it. It's a weird business model, but somehow it's working for him. They build easy to configure PCs via their website, bespoke systems built to order, authorized Australian market parts, and live updates via their build tracker, which is the number one thing that you should be going there for. You can see not every single second, like not when they're sleeping or anything, but you know where your PC is in terms of the build when they're dreaming. And you could, there are so many places to go and buy a computer. You could put it together yourself. You could buy parts from somewhere. There are lots of resales. Why would you not want to go to someone who loves the same things that you do? A fellow member of the Back Pocket community, go support them, because they are putting together phenomenal PCs. They have great warranty and service, but you're not going to need that warranty, because nothing will go wrong with those PCs. And if they do, it's NVIDIA's fault.
And I'll say about their tracker as well, it's nothing like the experience of the Domino's tracker, which is, here's a photo of your pizza, and it's grey and has 3 pieces of pepperoni on it.
Totally.
You're like, did I just
You're
pay
guaranteed
$12
at
for
least
that?
4 pieces of pepperoni on your PC.
4 pieces of
if you use that
pepperoni.
shit.
Yeah.
100%. And on top of the idea of getting a computer for money, which is how, unfortunately, we live in a capitalist society, and that's how we need to get most of our computers. But if you don't want to live in a capitalist society, you got 2 options. 1, riot. 2, you could just go to Dream PC's website and use the plug that is in Nightbot right now. Go to dreampc.com.au/free PC and get a PC for free, potentially, if you win, because they're running a competition to give away a $2,400 gaming PC to a lucky viewer of our show, but also a viewer of their website. So basically a viewer of their website and our show, but you've got a pretty good chance. Head to that link. It is a Gleam link, and so there are a bunch of ways that you can enter. Every single entry will give you every single thing that you do on the Gleam, whether it's following them on Twitter, following us on Twitter, Twitch, all that sort of stuff, we'll give you an entry into that competition for the chance to win at the end of the month. Who doesn't want a free PC?
Something really
You're all
minority.
silent. We'll take
Something
it.
really minority report about the way Nick spun their tagline. So it's like you build a PC and someone at Dream PC just bolts up in a sweat and is like, "Someone's made a PC." It's like Tom Cruise then has to work backwards to go and
To
get
make those
your
dreams a reality.
Yeah, good. I like it. So thank you very much, Dream PC, for continuing to support the show. All right, let's move on to our next segment, which is very good gameplay.
Quietest segment of them all.
I thought Will had done it in 3D, but the lazy prick hasn't changed this one.
He
so.
really hasn't, has he? God,
You built this?
yeah, back when
Yeah,
they were
I
bad.
built the last
Why
one.
it's so shit, yeah.
Yeah, the Will fixes them.
Oh, right.
Oh, right, okay. And Will, if you do want to do something to this, just make the Avexia 3D. Just really pump up the Avexia part, but leave the rest of it the original crappy design. Very good gameplay is presented by Avexia. Thank you very much, Avexia, for your continued support of not only this show, but my fire team, Steph's fire team, Pete's fire team, all of our fire teams. Thank you, Avexia. You are the glue that holds these fire teams together. You are the 3 in our threesome. Pete, what are we playing today?
We're going to be playing some Gartic Phone. A classic one to play remotely. Nick, are you in?
No, because I just remembered this is the process.
I thought you did something hilarious. Or we have a surprise guest in Little Will. And it turns out we do have a surprise guest.
I saw him in there. I saw him in
server.
there.
I was like, good one, Nick.
He's so
Classic.
cheeky. He's so cheeky.
He's like, I'll take this night off, and then he gets a link in Slack. He's like, that's not a picture of a boat. I'm going to
God
click
damn
on
it,
that
I'm in.
Well, I think I can just come across this because there's no cheeky code. But we need to share a link because we're going to fill two slots with the NBNs with the audience.
Jesus Christ.
I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
Should
be
I
great.
just paste? Is it chaos if I just paste
Yes,
it?
chaos
in
method.
chat?
Chaos method.
Riot.
Try it. Right. I meant to brag.
What if I change? No, I'm just gonna. Yep, there it is.
Hey, check,
Remind me,
Steph.
please.
Steph, check your DMs. Check your Slack DMs, Steph.
Remind me
Melancholy Cameron.
how we play this again. We all
Ish,
write
please.
a word, and then you get given someone's word, you draw it, and then Steph, stop looking at that. And then
Wait, which one is it?
I don't know.
It's
Do you want me
I'll
to
put it in-
describe it loosely?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
It is a picture of. To be fair, there is a boat in it, and on the back of the boat is a shark, and there is a
Like inside the boat, not off the back. Inside the boat.
instead of on the back sort of deck part of the boat, there is a shark and a man who is very tanned on his upper half and very pale on his bottom half.
Can you see his bottom half, Steph?
You can. And
I
he's
believe my
like,
comment was, "There's a
he's-
great white."
he's straddling the shark, and as if he's going to ride it, but
Is it a sex thing, Steph?
Yeah, it's a sex thing.
Yep.
Okay. So, for those who don't remember Gartic Phone, we're going to be prompted to come up with a phrase or a type out a prompt. That the next person will receive that prompt and they will draw based on that prompt. Then that will get passed down the line again, and someone will put a caption to that drawing. So basically, it's like how much of the original message will get lost on the way through the churner. We've got 7 of us: Pooter, Storf, Gauss, Little Will, Nick, Melancholy Cameron, and Bish, please.
Bish, please.
Nice.
And if that is Point called Bishop is very good at this game. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get some giggles faux show. I'm gonna
remember
start-
getting
And if it isn't,
right?
Bish, please, now has a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
I remember playing this with Bishop in the past, and he did have a pizza icon. So I think it may be Bishop.
Oh my god, pizza icon. Loves the pizza icon. We'll start, but for the people playing the game, including the three of you, it will be best experience for you to not watch the foldback because you'll see my drawing. And the same goes for Bishop and for Melancholy Cameron and for Little Will.
I'm just going to bring Slack over the top of it and just click on a random channel.
Random pictures of Boat's channel. Could be for Will. Could be for Nick. Here we go.
Oh my god, has Nigrotex found it already?
It's starting. Yeah, Nigrotex would have found it for sure.
Game on.
We're going. Hang on, I think I've got some music I could put under this. Because I've muted the game stuff, but we've got like... What happens if I do...
Done.
This? Is music any good? That's the fucking show music. I want that one. Let me go with...
I thought we had some game show music, didn't we?
Yeah, we do somewhere.
Why not?
We do somewhere. It's just a playlist. Let me do that one. Am I running out of time? Did I run out of time?
Yeah.
You've got a quarter left.
Phone is ringing.
Done. Easy.
So now we draw.
Now we draw.
I feel like the one that I got was the one that the game chose for Peter because he was too slow.
No, I typed mine in. I typed mine in on time.
Did you?
Yeah. And now we got some music. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Funky. Okay. What am I looking at?
Oh, great music.
Is there a rule you can't write text?
People break that rule all the time.
How long do we have?
We got like 60 seconds or something.
This is really hard with the mouse.
Welcome to our world, Gus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I wasn't in a drawing space of mine.
Oh Jesus.
There we go. Oh, we're good. We're Gucci.
Okay. Am I sure someone wrote this?
Oh god.
Done.
Oh, that's right.
What the hell is this? This is a nightmare.
I was looking at a reference, Jepp.
Do we all draw one?
Done.
Needs another arrow, does it? Oh, I already got it.
Damn it! I could have made
blocked
it so
the
much
picture,
better,
but
you guys. I could have made it so much better.
I've
you had
blocked
more
the
time?
picture, but I've kept chat, so
my
chat is
artistic
suggesting
integrity
things
has
for...
been compromised.
Oh, mine's a mess.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
Oh, that's easy.
Ooh. I feel like this is a reference to a game that I have played of Gartic Phone. Perhaps.
Wait, we're already getting meta with it?
Maybe.
I love that I can still see chat and it just has suggestions for Pete, but they're so out of context. I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, that's nice. I like chat.
I will not read it though. I'm just going to focus on this.
Oh, that's good as well, Fishy. Oh my god.
No!
What the fuck?
We didn't have enough time.
You get less time. You obviously get more time to draw. Oh my god, here we go.
Oh my
I didn't
god.
have enough time.
What the fuck?
I always forget there's like other tools on the side as well.
Oh yeah.
So I do disastrous things. Fuck.
Oh my god. Whoever this is, you're disgusting.
I've got nothing disgusting, so I'm really worried about what.
How much time I got? I heaps of time. I got time.
You starting on a detail you shouldn't, and everyone's like,
Yeah,
oh my
totally.
God, what are you doing?
Let me go. Let me do this. Something I can do. Oh shit.
That.
Oh
no.
The tools.
Oh, Steph, I'm so sorry. Oh, there's a paint bucket! There's a paint bucket!
There's a paint bucket. Well, we're at a quarter of the time left.
Okay, we're at.
Heaps of time. Heaps of time. God damn it.
Wrong color.
Oh, beautiful.
Draw the
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
testicles.
Did you say do the testicles?
done?
Did I? No.
No.
No! It's fine. It's fine.
This is gonna be batshit crazy. Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Damn. We have fun here.
Oh god.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh my god.
Wow, Mike. Typing.
The fuck?
And is that what I'm saying?
Yes. I guess that's what I'm saying. We draw and write one more time. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Thank you for
Okay.
thanks RecTech for the
Oh, what?
Oh my.
What the fuck? Okay.
Look, I'm just drawing what I see, so I can't be held responsible for any of this.
You mean what you're reading?
What I'm drawing.
That.
Gotta do this again. I need
This works.
I love working with white. So I would like to I always need to make the background a different color,
Oh, that's a good idea.
you know?
That is a good idea, actually.
Don't copy me. And then and we'll get. Oh, god damn it! You gotta remember to not paint bucket every time you switch to it.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Oh, is there an undo? Oh god, there is.
There's an undo.
You can just control Z.
Nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. What have I done?
The fuck?
That almost works.
There's all the gaps before paint bucketing, Gus.
Oh,
We got
fuck.
Still got a quarter of time, guys. Heaps of time. Stop doing the paint bucket.
It's some of my best work. I feel like I'm not being very
Mine too.
vocal, but I feel like it will pay off in the end.
Oh my fucking god, what the fuck? Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to get us cancelled from Twitch.
Alright, this is the last round.
What is this?
This is the last one, right? We write this
Yeah.
one and then it's good. Okay. And then we can come back to watching you, Pete, I hope. I assume.
Yes, for the unveiling of the
The unveiling of whatever this is.
because everyone gets their own portfolio at the end.
Everyone
Fucking
come.
hell.
It's
Oh my
it's like
god.
the initial line all the way through.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of nudity already. And
There is every single one.
right, back
just
to Pete.
ended up being
Yeah,
horrific.
you can. And someone's got to
okay.
save the gifts. I think I can do that.
In theory, is this not
In
like
that defense.
in the context of the game, the penises appear in context of the drawing. So, is that TOS?
Who knows?
We'll be fine. We've drawn dicks before.
It's spelled
you drew
TES.
You drew
Marcus
someone
Phoenix's dick in a durag.
ejaculating under a shoe last time we
true,
played
Steph.
this
Yeah.
game. So
It was
You drew the
anatomically-
worst thing any of us have ever seen.
It was a scientific drawing.
The bar has been dropped.
You drew a picture worthy of pics of boats for Gus.
shall we go? For
Why not?
No
Shall we
Christmas
go
would
for
be
it?
a BJ.
So this is
that's
Poota's
for sure.
album. I wrote Big Bald
might-
Eagle because I ran out of time.
Pete, remember we might need to full screen this for the text in the bottom right.
Yeah. I can just
That makes
I
sense?
can push through
Big Bald
too. So
Eagle.
there's a Big Bald
That's
Eagle, and then Gus wrote Bald Eagle, and you see it there. And then Steph.
What the hell, Steph?
Amazing.
Steph drew, oh no, I've
Incredible.
left it on auto. Oh shit.
No!
Oh, so it's going to power through. It moves too quickly.
Suicide's-
Okay, so I need to explain this. That's John Cena and Croc and Will Smith Will Smith is Deadshot, and they're jerking off Will Smith, and he deadshotted someone to death with his cum.
Because your answer, in the end, Bish Please says Will Smith and his friends totally fucking murdered that guy. I can scroll
true.
back up. So Steph,
That's true.
my BFF, Suicide Squad, Guy Love,
Yep.
perfect. John Cena, Croc, Will Smith. Yep, perfect.
Mike,
Now-
do you have to explain that I drew the Peacemaker very accurately?
You did draw the Peacemaker very accurately. It's a
That's
good
what
helmet.
that is. I'm with
that's
you
what
now.
that
I'm with you
is.
now.
And we watched the first episode of Peacemaker.
Because it looks just like a man
he's
in
got
a
a pad
polo
eagle.
shirt with a nice hat.
Yeah, I thought it was just some
effectively
cool
what he is.
guy. Yeah, okay,
He's
good.
a cool
Yeah,
guy.
That is true.
He's a cool guy.
Thank
Storf. Storfany. You started with Steph likes boats too.
That's true.
And Nick drew the boys enjoying an Apple laptop.
Yeah.
Little Will says, Back Pocket Boys failed pants quest. Steph sad. Steph sad.
I love that it's exactly the same picture.
It just stays the same. Steph was excluded from the Joys of Pants Off party. Melancholy draws again the same.
Hands on the-
And I said dictures of boats.
Good.
We're so happy
Good.
our pants are off.
Why wouldn't we be?
I love that.
A red.
It's
love
just
that
the
picture.
same
Perfect.
picture
lipstick pink.
3 times.
I've done belt buckle. Melancholy
save
did
that
belt
one.
buckles. It's great.
Save.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Very good. Very good.
Hang on, I'm saving.
Steph
Alright,
feels
that's
excluded from the joys of the pants off party.
saved. Steph likes
I
boats
love
too.
that. I love that Nick was the one that censored his drawing.
Gauss's album is Gus full of chud.
Oh, that's what this
Ah,
is.
there's a big
That's
belly.
what that
Oh,
is.
it's a big boy.
Father Gusmus says Nick.
Interesting.
And then Little Will drew
my God.
Santa with.
That's good, Will.
I said
Nice.
Saint Nicholas, because it looked like Nick, with his
Chud,
Chud.
Chud.
Went for
These
Chud.
incredible.
Whoa! And there's vicious terms of service pain. King
That's
Santa-
amazing.
And then Storff says King Santa is boinking the Riddler. I love the idea that Riddler puts question marks on his own dick.
King Santa also with the open St. Nicholas with the open Santa jacket.
Yeah,
It's
look at that
amazing.
baller.
That's not
That's a
even.
bold
That's not
judge.
even King Santa. King Santa appeared in my feed
King Santa
in a
does
different.
appear.
In a different.
So
suit.
true. King Santa
King
appears.
Santa. funny.
Appears again.
King Santa is an arcade blob original from a previous Gartic
I think
game.
Avexia drew it, and then Blob came up with King Santa.
yeah,
Or maybe Blob drew it.
Damn monster. Right,
Oh,
damn monster
God.
under the bed.
Damn monster under the bed.
That's
This
what
is a
that is.
Great drawing, Bishop.
I got
It is a
this.
great drawing.
I got that.
Amazing.
Who under bed begs for the piss to end.
That's what I got to fucking draw.
This whole thing really shit the bed, didn't it? And then I drew a man
Good.
shitting the bed.
Good.
And then Gus said, I just shit the
Look
bed.
at his sad face.
I know, it's a big... That's... To make that much mess, you're not having a good time.
Also, that means A, you slept naked. B, you realized you needed to run because you were going to shit. You then made the bed, and as you leapt off a made bed, shat the bed.
That's so funny. That's so
Next.
funny.
Nick started us
Who
with,
under the bed begs for
no.
the piss to end?
That's a pale, fleshy cheek and anus. And I drew a different kind of pale spelled wrong.
Oh,
a
that's where
cheek
pale
with a
came
nose.
from.
Got my favorite bucket, and it's time to eat ass.
Oh my god. Bucket man happy with butthole. Oh my god, Steph.
He's so happy, Steph. That expression is perfect.
That expression, Steph, that could go viral as a meme.
I get the vibe of like, Bucket boy, are you good to go? You better believe I am.
Good.
Oh my god. I've got my favorite bucket and it's time to eat it.
Melancholy Cameron. Melancholy Cameron kicked us off with Pig Einstein loves rolling in mud. I think this one stayed the same for a while.
Yeah,
Steph,
pretty
great.
Wow, Steph,
Great
what
job.
the fuck?
So good.
great job.
Albert Einstein?
Chat helped him with this one, Albert Einstein.
Ah, nice.
And
Very
then
good.
Bishop drew
Excellent.
Einstein with a pig nose. Einstein's a hegiao or whatever. Little Will.
Oh, good. Yep.
Oh, yes, Gus.
Excellent, Gus. Excellent, Gus.
Equals MC
Well
squared.
Well done. I love
Yeah,
that.
that was a
I
solid
love
one the
that.
whole way through.
That is
Oh
great.
no.
Good.
That is a solid one the whole way
Nick,
through.
how did that face look in real life?
Oh, no, that one.
I do it to Gus.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Thank you very much.
I think
Give us
I'm
your.
in the wrong window. Oh, hi.
He knows he's so good at it.
Oh, Gus. Yes, Peter.
No, you're not allowed to do it.
Moving on.
Next.
Moving on.
Next.
That's my favorite one so far. That was
King
great.
Santa.
The Return of King Santa.
Vesuvius said, "Why do I pay money for this?"
You said you bow to no one. It's Aragon.
I meant to write more than just King Santa. I was
It
just
said Return of the King.
I was
the Return
so-
of King Santa.
I was
got
so
the Return of
floored
the King.
by King Santa
All rights for King
appearing.
Ballsack for nose.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh no. All hell scrote nose piggy.
Right, okay, so this was, I heard the Return of the King and then just put Santa
You
in
added the.
because I didn't know King Santa was a thing.
Yep. You bow
Perfect.
to
Oh,
no
God.
one.
That's
That was
that's
my
funny.
best.
And did you notice that the front one has a ring, Pete, even though he'd thrown the ring out originally?
Nice. Very good.
Oh, man. That's so
Very
funny.
good.
Jesus.
That's so
What a
funny.
mess.
All right.
Mess.
Should I kick Bish, please?
Yeah.
Although Bish, please,
Oh,
did a
God.
perfect job. And I'll show you want to kick. Yes,
Little-
I'm sure.
Yep.
I've never been
Little Will
more sure about anything
said
in my life.
Little Will said he's good to tap out too
Okay,
if we want to
so
bring
we've
in
got
a third.
3 slots. Wow, how rude. Speed round.
Draw that.
Boom.
Oh,
think it's the same
I
code.
couldn't even do it.
Same
I
code.
couldn't even do it. Sorry, speed round
Antonio.
people.
Press.
Antonio, I'm
Spelled his
assuming
own
the
name
second.
wrong. And Harlow.
Nice. Good stuff.
Reese, you want to leave and get your name right, or do you want to risk it?
Nah, he's
To be
joining.
fair, that's how I've always thought his name should be spelled. As someone who was like,
Good.
All right. Normal.
here we
Here we
go.
go. Round 2.
Okay, hiding.
Has anyone in chat got a good one to get us started? Otherwise, I'll do something dumb.
Done? Happy. This background music is really doing it for me.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, dear. Here we go.
Good
Apparently,
suggestions across the
Dolphin
board.
Pants says we're halfway through with the.
Oh my god.
Oh no. I was going to say halfway through the charity drive, but I'm not going to associate that.
No,
with
don't.
that,
Yeah,
with that to
don't.
happen.
No. Nope.
Oh shit.
All right. This is going to take a long time. Ah, shit. How much time we got, chat?
Oh my god.
This
Oh
is
my
how
God.
fucking ludicrous the thing that I'm doing is. Let me draw the other things first. I'm gonna draw some of those. You know what they are. Yeah, a few of those.
You know what they are. You know what they are.
A few of those. A couple of hunks of that. A couple of hunks of that. Around everywhere. Bit of that. Bit of that. Bit of that. Bit of that. Bit of that there. And then.
I'm on this bucket tool now. Fuck yeah.
Nice, dude. I gotta draw the main event.
Oh fuck, do I have time? Do I have time?
We gotta oh my god, there's no time now. Oh my god, Peter, you're running
Fuck.
out of
To
time.
use the white. Bucket white. Ah! Ah!
Shit.
The fuck is this?
And too long on the
Fine.
head.
It's
Didn't
fine.
spend time for the body.
It's fine. No, I got time. I can fix that.
Eraser.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's fine.
Wait, what?
Should have added some. Right.
Someone drew this in that amount of time? And by that I mean there's not many lines in this?
Oh my god, if this is, I think I've nailed it. I think I've nailed what this is. I think I know exactly what you drew, whoever drew this, and I think you're incredible.
I hope it was me, but I doubt it. Real need to admire the lines he chose not to paint.
No!
Thank you,
Oh, God.
Multifish.
Oh, you didn't press enter.
It's so.
It'll take whatever was in the
It takes
field
whatever
at
was
the
in
time.
there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
What the fuck is...
How do you hold your mouse so steady, Steph? So hard.
I have a steady hand. It's you've weakened your regular mouse skills from using Wacom too much.
It's
I
true.
really have, you're right. I need to go back to my days of kid pics.
Yeah, pigs.
Bomb. Oh my god, this is a real test. No.
Nice, yeah.
Shit.
I mean, that's spot on, right? Does it get any better than that? Does it get any better than that? Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. Good. I could do that.
I
the bell
I
means
feel like
you're
these ones
finished.
have been very safe compared to last round.
Had to
Maybe
get it
I've-
out of the system last round.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's like. You don't need a point. Oh, I missed it. It's alright. It's fine. People get it.
Oh, Steph, well done.
I'll get there.
Very well done, Steph. I'm gonna say.
Ah, amazing.
Oh. See, that's, yep, I see what that is. And then
Oh, no.
this. Here with that.
Oh, it's quick. It's quick.
How about that?
Okay, last drawing.
Oh. How very.
Oh my
Innocent.
goodness. How to draw this. Come on, give me a break.
Nope.
Should do that. Oh, that's full on.
Nope.
Nope. And I should do that. And then I can do this.
What?
I mean, that's what they look like, right? And then on the back. Oh man, I should have been a fucking artist.
I should not be. Fuck am I drawing?
Wrong grey for that.
Oh god, the body's I've made a monster. Kill it with fire.
Running out of time, so still have to do.
This is pretty cursed, what I've done. It was so wholesome up until this point.
He needs a big.
He needs a what?
You know what he needs. Now it's obvious. Now it's so obvious.
What the fuck did I just draw?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not proud of it. But I
What a
kind of am.
mess.
I kind of am at the same time.
I kind of am.
I feel like it's in the same vein as Gumshoe.
Wearing
Oh no. That's the
horse
worst
leather.
thing you've ever done.
Can only go well.
Horse leather. He needs a big boat.
Steph, what the fuck did you just draw?
Interesting. Oh, I didn't do that. Multifish, you're right. Thank you.
Part of me remembers also.
I'm proud of that.
It's
I'm
about
proud of
getting it right. It's about having fun.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that.
Time. Change. Not great. Not my best work. Not my best round.
Okay, and we're back.
That's what it is. Kid Carnage, you're so right.
Don't put it on auto. Don't put it on
It's on
auto.
manual. It's on manual. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax, man. Relax.
Man,
Chill
everyone
out.
just chill the
Step back. Here we go. Starting Pooter. Pooter started you off with one from Melodic Storm suggested this. Italian eating cereal. Should have eaten Italian cereal, really.
I've got my bucket of Italian
I
cereal.
don't want to know where
I'm ready
these
to heat
drawings
up.
go. Cereal. Mario.
Excellent.
Perfect.
That's
Well
great.
done, Reese.
That's perfect. Oh, I know where
Storf
this went.
says Mario is tasting some delicious wheat bix. Gauss. Oh, the
Excellent.
tongue
That's awesome.
totally
That's
captures
the
the
Excellent.
tongue.
Too much on the head, and then realized had to hurry up with everything.
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
I like that. I like
Classic
that.
rookie mistake.
When we do this segment, you see my drawing, not Gus or Steph. I'm sorry, Nick, to leave you out of that, but we all know.
That's fine. We all know. We all know. It's just stick figures with dicks.
And Nick, Cereale, he's on board.
There you go.
That's good. Italian
And
cereal.
now we've done Greek.
Oh,
Antonio made a
man.
Greek?
Wow.
I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. That's so obscure.
And it's on green screen.
And it's on green screen. Olu says, new fad diet.
They wrote it back to front. It's Wheat Bix back to front.
In the mirror.
Ah, in the
God.
mirror.
That would be a new fad diet.
That would
Very
be.
good.
BuriBuri has subscribed for 2
Cool.
months and says, maybe I'll just leave it at the 2 months.
Yeah. Good call.
Storf's album. Storf kicked us off with. Oh, here we go.
So,
There it is.
How does
Look
everyone
at
know how
that
to spell
spelling.
this?
Look at that spelling. Oh my god.
Perfect, Harlow.
Excellent, Harlow.
Lovely. I can't read that shit. It says Harlow
I can't
in
spell
chat
that.
right now.
I can't spell that shit.
God. Ounge?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I got. That.
I went to write God tongue and I messed that up.
Tongue.
I don't know how you get to equals when you're trying to hit T.
Yeah.
I don't know how you.
I
put
think I
the-
wrote
holding shift.
angara. I was like, oh, fuck it, tongue. And then I went back and
But you
went
still,
wrong.
but not because I was like, what is the equals? And then the U isn't even in the right spot for tongue. So I was like, what the fuck is that word?
The classic
That's
meme.
townge.
Yeah, Townge. It's Townge.
Classic God townge.
You didn't even spell the rest of tongue right, Block.
Classic chud error.
Nick is at the Sydney
Like,
Harbour
That's just
Bridge.
God at the pearl. That's just God at the pearly gates.
There it is.
I
Moses
didn't have
can't-
anything.
Antonio says Moses can't reach heaven rocket jump to reach gates of heaven.
Amazing. Because he can't make the jump from the platform.
Reese did a great drawing.
Wow, Reese, that's amazing.
And
So good.
I followed with riding Red Rocket to the pearly gates.
Yes.
Kit Carnage said in chat that it should have been that I should have interpreted this as BuriBuri trying to sue God.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, that's amazing.
Oh, that's
awesome.
That's great.
Awesome.
But nowhere near her gal.
I love that Steph and someone else had very similar mind with this. So.
Gauss said special fried Reese.
Oh, Gus, you fucking genius.
Nice.
I drew
Why did this? Okay, because what did we say?
this. I started drawing grains of rice, and I was like, I am running out of time.
Oh my
That's a
God.
lot of work.
Reese, that needs to be your desktop background.
But Nick got it. Fried Reese.
You got fried
There
rice?
you go.
You got it.
Even the right spelling.
The right spelling, yeah.
He looks like a Frenchman in a
Frenchman in a bisque.
Yeah.
That's great.
Been a
He
bit.
says, feel the flavor.
I love it.
I wonder how Harlow's going to interpret feeling flavor.
Here we go.
Oh, ghosting a cake.
Ah.
Ghosting a cake.
Oh, God. Is that groping? Is that what
Ghosting?
Like groping a
It's just-
birthday first.
Yeah. It's just tuning in the radio of a cake.
I would have written birthday grope. Yeah.
Reach around birthday cake. It's a sex thing. Well done, Steph. Special fried
Very
Reese.
good.
Oh man.
Special fried Reese.
Became
Man,
that.
so Pete, you drew the picture? That's amazing.
Well done.
Reese's head in the rice,
Yeah, you nailed
Perfect.
it. That was great.
Perfect.
Nick. We've got 3 slots. No.
No,
It's the only thing I could think of.
I would no.
Good. Yeah, good. No, of course.
Well done.
It wasn't going there. It wasn't going there. Excellent work,
Depth
Steph.
save.
Wasn't
Great
it?
hand. Great depth on the coin.
Yep.
Beautiful work.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I'd say great depth on the slots. You've done a little highlight on one
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Insertion
Great depth
of
on
the
everything.
coin into
In
the
the
slit. Antonio.
God, Antonio.
Oh, look at the determination.
Insert here, baby uwu.
Why is it so angry? Why is he so angry?
Harlow. Toss a coin to your waifu, O Valley of Plenty. I
Excellent.
didn't.
Very good.
I didn't waifu by the end, but I did. Through a man
You
on a
very
horse.
much did. There's a lot going on in
That's
that one.
good. That's
Love
good.
that. I love that. Very good.
Gus said, "Toss a coin to your old grey horse, man, you nude weirdo," which also fits into the melody of the song.
Yeah.
I think you could sing those lyrics.
You nude weirdo.
Weirdo.
It's just that you had to do a quick nude man, and you're like, quick! I love it.
The coin was good though. The coin I was proud of.
Funny.
So, coin's very good. Coin was very good.
Antonio kicked us off with the hot boy in the flesh.
Oh, what the hell did this end up as?
Goose drew Nicrotex to a fucking tip.
Hey, nice.
him.
Oh my god. That's cute as.
Yeah.
Started on the head, rush the body. As always.
Ray said, community hot boy.
Perfect.
Yes!
Excellent. Good.
Yes.
So we're still on Nicrotex, but we've got cum involved now. So I think I know
Yeah.
what this
Yeah,
is.
so we're still on
Oh,
Nicrotex.
God.
A hot,
my God.
Oh, that's
Hot
where
dog.
that's where this ended up. That's where
Yeah.
this ended up.
That was a hot dog with a dick.
I don't think Harlow
and
knows
steam.
Hot Boy is Necro and just
Yeah.
was like, clearly they're talking about a bunning sausage.
I said hot dogs, hot sprog.
Oh, good. 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 Steph, I knew this was you.
Ah, Steph.
Oh, Steph, it's
Amazing.
mustard. You artistic
Incredible.
fucking genius.
That's so good.
It's incredible.
Oh,
And I think I
How
brought
did
it
this become that.
incredible because that's the hot boy in his true form. And I think I brought it home with
Nikki brought it home with that
Yes.
extra
Well done.
mustard.
Extra
well done,
mustard.
Steph. That was fucking incredible.
Amazing.
Ruined my Nicrotex.
Yeah, that's a great Nicrotex. There's some good art in that one. Ray started us off with
Thank you, Reese.
Good start. Good start.
Is that how you spell it?
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
YHS?
I think the way I spelt it was correct.
I think it has all the vowels.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
Wordle word.
Oh, nice. Nick.
Perfect.
wow.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Very
Very
That's-
nice.
That's
Nick,
a t-shirt.
this
That's
is
a
it.
t-shirt.
No, this is
t-shirt.
this is my thing, right? I do 6 bad drawings and then one where it's just like,
mustard.
holy
Yeah.
fuck, guys.
I like that you've chosen the flesh background as well. It's
I
just
can't
like,
wait for that
Wait,
one.
I don't know.
I can't,
I don't
was
know
a
if we can
panic
play it
fill.
out again. But yeah, it was.
I can't
like,
wait for that
background
one to be in
changed
the
3 times.
intro, and that'll
Yeah.
be in the intro animation of next week's show. Will
Yeah.
that'll jump into the logo?
And it'll just drool everywhere.
Unless we get a better one. I haven't seen the rest.
That would be so good. That comes in and it's just
Harlow
yeah.
says, Nick's back pocket.
hey.
I think I drew this. And you would expect it to be you wearing pants.
Oh,
but
that's where
I took
this
the pants
went.
off.
Ah.
Is hanging out. What's the dangle?
That's
What's
just the head.
dangle?
It's the head through the legs.
It's my tanned head. That is
the head.
amazing.
It looks like he's got a turtle head sticking out, but just too far from the front.
Do I have a beard or headphones on? What's going on?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Someone said
Incredible.
he drew a
That's the
back
tip.
beard. He can do anything.
That's we call that the Fassbender in Shame.
Yep, that totally is. Storf says, quick, don't shit your pants, Nick.
I hate that
Sorry,
you knew
I
it was me.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It was the hat. It was the backwards hat.
The hat was the last thing to go on. And
I only saw it at the end, which is why I was like,
There it is, yeah.
Who said? Oh no! Oh no! Hurry!
I didn't know how to get
Why
like
are your pants so
speed?
full?
What's going?
It's really.
I have no ass, and you've given me like 12-inch butt cheeks.
A lot of junk.
But it's all
shit.
shit. It's all shit. It's
Oh,
all
it's all
shit.
shit. It's
Yeah.
all shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no,
All
fair,
shit,
fair, fair. It's
Antonio
all shit. It's all shit.
Sees small person tells Gus to shed faster.
So fuck!
Wow, he really brought it home to himself.
I
This
knew
is-
when I did it, I was
I
like,
love
how
that-
do I make it not me? And I was like,
Yeah.
that's Nick now. And then I was like,
It went from a Hygo pockety to small person tells Gus to shit faster.
and my attempt to say, hurry up, quick, is shit more.
Also, and a shout out to Kit Carnage in chat who said, "I'm so sorry to any new people. I wish I could say it gets better."
This is the show. Harlow started us off with crocodile ballerina on a tightrope.
Wow.
Holy shit!
This
It's
one
just
stayed.
do the same way. It was very specific.
Yeah.
Antonio did a very cute drawing.
Oh my god, it's so
Excellent.
fucking cute.
And I
it looks like
said-
it's jumping.
So cute.
It looks like it's jumping on a bed without a mattress.
It looks like a kid's
ballerina
book.
tightrope crocodilus.
Excellent.
So we're still
Steph,
on.
this was magnificent.
Steph,
You got the crinkle in the dress. It's
End
so
of the
good. It's so good. The hands, the cross-eyed nature.
The weight on the line.
Yep.
Wow. Excellent.
that's
so
fucking
good.
amazing.
So good.
Crocodile on a wire.
Yeah, nice.
Oh god.
Holy hornies! I love that.
Bird on a wire?
Avexia,
Bird
that's
on
a
a wire.
movie. That's
Bird
a
on a
movie.
Bird on a wire. Good reference.
bottom
Good
jaw.
Bird on a
reference.
wire reference.
Bottom jaw.
Well, I was really proud of how it was going, and then I realized I didn't leave any room for the bottom jaw, so I gave her we call that a pelican neck.
Wait, two things. First of all, this is the guy who did the Angaho Pockety. He's now done this. But if we scroll up to the past Steph's one, the
Yeah,
exact
they're
same
almost the
wire.
same.
Look at them. That's amazing.
This is much more artful than this. I'm sorry. Ree says,
Holy on is.
croc the boat.
I love it. I love it.
Bad. Not bad. All right.
Good.
That was it.
Amazing.
Perfect. Loved it.
Amazing.
Loved it.
That's Gartic foam, baby. God, what a fucking game.
Glorious. Glorious.
There should be more. Well, I don't actually mean there should be more natural disasters, but there should be more reasons for us to be at home so we can play Gartic foam.
Good time. It's a good time.
It's a good time. And that was a little segment we like to call
Underwhelming title card.
Back When You Didn't Try.
Back when I thought we were going to make a new one each week.
Yeah, that's true.
I like
Yeah.
the samba vibe.
It's the same
It
piece of
sounds
music
fine.
from what you've been playing, though. Lazy.
Even that's
Wait, is
lazy.
it?
Yeah, these are the first two
Yeah.
you made.
Two.
Yeah, totally.
That's a different
It's
song.
just
Oh, it's a different part of the same song.
No, it's just a different part of the song, right?
I'm just saying that's a different song.
Mm.
Oh, what a mess.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same fucking. Or
It's a
it's at
different
least
song. It's a different.
at least
Playing
it's
at
the
the
same
same
musician.
Oh, God, please make-
It's all Ian
make it stop.
Post.
Speaking of songs, I hear there's one in the next commercial break that I haven't been allowed to see yet, so I can't
Oh my
wait
god,
to
I'm
see
so
it.
excited. I'm so excited for you to see this. I accidentally saw it and I wish I hadn't so that I could have the reaction live, but it's like
So let's go to a very short break, and we'll be back with more Back Pocket after this.
It's a good one. Titles, yeah! Forbidden West. Lando, see, he's right here every time. Oh, it's daytime. Oh my god, would you look at this fucking game?
Why kill it like that? What do you think the tripwires are for?
Well, the tripwire just stunned it. Don't you mock me, douche. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Grizzly, no! There's a lot of tequila in that. That was the coolest bit of combat I've ever seen in a video game. Say hello. And then over you. He pressed that button with his paw.
LokiCat wants you to think he's a good-looking man who wistfully looks off into the distance at weddings. But what is he hiding? Not only is he not the Norse god of mischief and the rightful heir of Jotunheim, he's not even a real cat. He was born a boy. But now that boy's all grown up, and that overgrown boy loves birds.
The man likes his cockatiels.
But does he love those birds too much?
This man sleeps with birds.
And cockatiels aren't the only Australian icon he's tried to fuck.
Those are flamin' crows!
Is this flamin' galah who you want in charge of the country if he ever decided to run for political office? LokiCat, when you head to the polls this weekend, make this 9th life his last. Authorised and paid for by Nick Boy Richardson.
I made a mess and I feel like a grub. I've done something stupid, now there's the rub. It's seeping through and it's leaving a sticky splotch. They're staring at me with the evil eye, 'cause I got my rag and I'm just rubbing it dry. Don't they understand? I spilled my beer on my crotch. I spilled beer on the crotch. I spilled beer on the crotch. Don't they understand? I spilled beer on the crotch. I spilled beer on the crotch. I spilled beer on the crotch. Don't they understand? I spilled beer on the crotch.
And it's just reach crotch.
Well done. Very well done, sir.
How do you follow that?
Oh, the difficult second album to Mata Emota is Beer on My Crotch. I love it.
Gosh. Now we demand
so-
a new song every week
Yeah,
about
that's
something funny that has happened on the show. We demand it.
I love
high bar.
even just like the little bit with Steph, and it goes the evil eye, and it says like, oh, it's so good.
It's so catchy. It's instantly stuck in my head. That is like an anthem. That is an Aussie anthem, as everyone is saying in chat. That is
That's
incredible.
a pub anthem.
Oh my god. God, thank
He's
you so
like,
much, Muso
guys,
for Hire.
maybe not every week.
We saw their Multifish and Muso for Hire with words from our sponsors. A commercial there for LokiCat as well. And Gus, we saw you with Horizon.
Yeah, I am still smashing my way through that. We got quite close to the end of the story mission, so I'm going to jump on and do another stream tomorrow as part of the Game Club on this channel. I'm going to do a side quest special. We're going to go and just like grind through a bunch of the side quests, which have proven to be really fun so far. Pete, you finished it and you said they were actually a part you really enjoyed. So
Yeah.
Lord Phoenix has been guiding me through and says, "Do your sides." He was yelling that in the chat. So, yeah, if they're anything to go by, and Pete, if you said they're good, then that's what we're doing.
Yeah, they're great fun.
Amazing.
Yep, so tomorrow I'll jump on probably quite early, and we're going to go all day. Because I did a 5-hour one the other day. We're going to do another all day, and then I'll probably round out the end of the game and maybe even do one after that. So, but that is tomorrow on this channel, mid-morning. Grab a coffee, settle in, watch me play Horizon.
And I'm also going to stream Destiny tomorrow in the evening.
Son of a bitch.
So the channel's going to be live all bloody day.
I mean, you son of a bitch, like you crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
damn
Like you
I
did
was
it again, not
Yeah,
you're
you did it
stealing my
again.
thunder.
You did it again!
But I didn't want to bring it up, but like talking about Elden Ring, like I'm ready for that, but I'm still really, really enjoying Horizon. I feel like I'm the one who's loving this game far more. But like, oh my god, if you watch the last stream, we just went on a visual excursion of looking at the best parts of that game, and it is fucking beautiful. It gets best looking game of this year so far. So good.
Awesome. I'm glad. And then speaking of things that are so good is the overwhelming charity and love in this community. A reminder that we are raising money for the floods happening in Queensland and New South Wales right now. You guys have been so generous. At the moment, we're sitting on $1,940, which means we're actually sitting on $2,940 because we'll toss.
Do we drop that in now? We're going to throw that in?
Yes. I need to sign in.
Okay, fair
hang on, I can sign in. I'll drop it in live. Gus, just vamp with something for a second.
So there's foam on the waves in Horizon. There are waves for starters, not only just a looping animation of waves. There's actually moving liquid simulation of the waves. You go under those waves and you get to watch like distorted skies through the waves, like your favorite surf photographer. You've all got a favorite surf photographer. I've got like a couple of them. It looks like you're looking under like Edge magazine. Edge is a surf magazine. It's like you can stop and go into photo mode and take those photos. You come up and there's foam and it looks like fucking foam in the real ocean. We're not just talking like a texture wrapped over the surf. It looks like your character is swimming around in sea foam. All I wanted to do was hang out on the beach. And then I thought, oh cool, that's what the waves look like. They'll look like that everywhere. But you go to different sections of the island, and this is an island in the late game, and there's different sized waves breaking on different points. There's left breaks, there's right breaks. I'm a left break, obviously, because I surf goofy, but you know, that's because I'm normal, not natural like people who surf right. That's stupid. But it's like there's left breaks that look amazingly detailed, and that's all I want to do. Fuck the machines, like Nick said. Forget all the machines that you need to kill. Just look at the waves. Rant over. Nick, you done?
Oh yeah, I finished 30 seconds ago.
Cool. Sorry, Steph, you made a noise. Have you seen the waves? Do you want to talk about the waves? Did everyone leave? That's perfect. I can talk. Okay, so here's the thing. When you actually see the way the waves curl, they curl naturally. Unlike what people think is a wave just lands on a beach. It goes like that. What actually happens is it wraps. And that will wrap around a reef traditionally. And there are reefs in this. If you swim under the water, you'll see there is actually coral. Steph? Okay, there's like coral formations, and that's what obviously it breaks over where there's like a little, it shallows up, and then there's a deep section past that. Peter, so here's the thing about the reefs. It's like Moana. You like Moana? It's like that, but she can't get past the reef. Scotty, do you want to talk surf simulation? Anyway, good game. Great looking surf.
It's very hard to lift her without being shovel. And she's very confused.
What the fuck is
Scotty's commitment to the bit? Nick, how'd you go?
Let there be light.
Good. The money has been donated. Thank you very much, us.
Hey!
And someone else jumped in as well because we're at a clean $3,000 now.
So thank you very much. Yeah, all of you are incredible. You're amazing. Thank you so much for the support, and that money's going to go to a really good home, or hopefully a few good homes. Okay, moving on now to our next and almost final segment, and that is a little something we like to call Pocket Leaf.
You can't end that one early. That's got to play out the whole way.
So good.
Got to do it.
So good.
By the way, Gus, I donated the $1,000 in your name. It's donated under I am Gus's love for foam.
That sounds like a Gartic phone response.
Perfect.
So we've got a couple of games that dropped over the last week. We got reviews for. The first of which is Gran Turismo. My game.
Oh, yeah.
Which came out. That's getting an 88. Eurogamer say Polyphony Digital celebrates 25 years of its series with the return of the campaign and the most focused and finesse Gran Turismo to date. And GameSpot says Polyphony Digital celebrates 25 years of its series with the return. Oh, I seem to have copied the same thing twice. So GameSpot probably says something else, and Eurogamer just says the thing that I already said. Anyway, the point is, my backup got 88. So if God of War or Hollow Knight don't come out, slipping in there with a sweet 88, which is pretty good. Triangle Strategy is out tomorrow. Hasn't got reviews dropped yet.
Famitsu changed the name.
Famitsu gave it, I think, 37 out of 40. But that's a Japanese outlet that are obsessed with JRPGs. So,
triangles.
Take that with a grain. They love triangles as well. And then, of course, Martha is Dead came out. This is Steph's first point on the board after the highs of last year. Martha is Dead, which IGN says Martha is Dead is an unflinching and utterly absorbing ordeal to be endured rather than enjoyed. And Games Radar says Martha is Dead will leave you psychologically scarred. Whether you enjoy the process depends on your constitution and hatred of bicycles. You get that reference, Steph?
I certainly do. I certainly do.
Oh, funny. How nice is it to all have one on the board, unlike last year? Like, at least the year's starting well.
I think that's what I was so scared of. I was so scared of like games not coming out. And then I was like, you know what? There are smaller games that can rate really well. Like, what if I just do that? And then I chose
and you didn't.
Some strange ones.
We were devastated to learn that when we woke up the morning that the Martha is Dead reviews landed and checked OpenCritic, it was at 69%. And that would have just been the perfect like bow on the whole Martha is Dead
The meme
story.
ending to the meme itself.
But enough people have liked it since that it's creeping up. So it could be at 90 by the end of the month.
We lock these things in after like 2 weeks, don't we? That's how this works?
Yeah.
I mean, we still got
They
chance
lock
for more
themselves
69s.
in after about 2 weeks is the point.
We got Saints Row. We got Sons of the Forest. We got
Ghostwire Tokyo is not far off, isn't it?
Ghostwire Tokyo is in
Kirby could be amazing.
half, I think.
Soon.
Now, it was Ghostwire Tokyo, the full game, not the shitty...
Good. So we'll be tracking those. And as always, the competition is tight. Before we end up, we've been here thanks to a lot of people. We've had PlayStation talking about how much they love us. We have BuriBuri, who may or may not be a lawyer. We're not sure. At some point, Avexia appeared with his support.
Green PCs getting in our dreams.
Dream PCs sitting in our dreams. And then the final sponsor of today's program is we're brought to you by a game coming out today, sort of overnight here in Australia. So it'll be out by the time you wake up in the morning, and that is Babylon's Fall. Babylon's Fall, which is the new game coming from Platinum Games and Square Enix. And Square Enix asked us to help out by giving all of you a bit of a taste of what to expect from Babylon's Fall. And we thought that one of the little pocketies was probably the person to best explain what is in store for you as you enter Babylon's Fall. This video is sponsored by Babylon's Fall, which is now available on PS4, PS5, and PC. Try out the free PlayStation demo today. I've got bad news for you. You used to be a person who liked things like early morning beach swims and pasta puttanesca, but now you've merged with a Gideon coffin and you're a sentinel. But it's okay, because in Babylon's Fall, that makes you a hero. So here are 4 things you should know before playing the 4-person hack and slash epic Babylon's Fall. Follow your gut. That Gideon coffin I mentioned, it's way handier than a normal coffin, which is really only good for storing bodies or making cheap swimming pools. The coffin features the Gideon Gut, magical cords that stretch up from it and enhance your abilities, vary your loadouts, and freak out your enemies because there are 4 weapons floating behind you at all times. Having just one weapon is so 2021. Use the Gideon Gut to customize your playstyle to your liking and rain down spectral coffin pain on all who dare to try and stop you. Do it for your friends. You know those 4 weapons I was talking about? Each of your co-op buddies gets 4 as well. That's 16 weapons in 8 hands, wielded by 4 mates. And it's cross-platform, so your PlayStation and PC friends don't need to feel left out. Except for you, Jim. You know what you did. And even though you can solo the whole thing, everything is more fun with friends, so ascend the 7 floors of the tower with your squad and survive the secrets that await. Except you, Jim! Get the hell out of here! I told you we're done, Jim! We're done! Forge ahead. Sure, that starting weapon you have is great, and you've developed an emotional attachment to it and everything, but you should absolutely abandon it and never look back once you unlock the Forge. Craft new weapons from blueprints found and bought in-game, or enhance your favorites, which will give new abilities on your weapons that will activate during battle. And since you're rocking 4 instruments of pain at all times, you can mix and match swords, bows, hammers, rods, and shields, so you always have the perfect tool for the job. Battle Pass for free. You know what's better than a premium battle pass? A free premium battle pass. Throughout the first season, the Eternal Ziggurat Battle Pass will be free for everyone who purchases the full game and will add new game modes, a new faction, weapons, story content, bosses, armor, quests, and a limited time crossover event with Nier Automata. How good's that? Did you know that they released it for free? Is that a typo? Is someone gonna get fired? For free? And those are 4 reasons you should be looking forward to Babylon's Fall. Oh, and sneaky 5th reason, any progress you make on the PlayStation demo carries over to the full game. Babylon's Fall is out now on PlayStation and PC, with a demo out on the PlayStation Store. There you go, those are 4 things you need to know about Babylon's Fall. My Pockety is so cute.
When he gets excited, he does these little like...
Free.
Very cute.
Thank you very much to Square Enix for sponsoring today's show. We really appreciate it. And if you're keen on checking out Babylon's Fall, as I said, the demo is on PlayStation right now, which you can check out for free. Then your progress from the demo carries over into the full game.
Oh, that's a good thing.
All right, that was it's such a good thing. More games should do that, and more games should give out free stuff. And that's really all. I'm not a game designer, so I think those are the only 2 things the game should do.
It's good to have a short list. If you kept going with things, it's like you're asking too much. You ask for 2 things, that seems reasonable.
Totally. And if there's one thing you can say about me, it's I'm a reasonable person.
Absolutely.
This has been a very full episode, and we thank you all for hanging out and having fun with us tonight. Even though it was fun from home, and everyone knows that home is boring and work is cool, but instead we flipped it on its head tonight, and we couldn't have done that without the mods. Gus, who are the mods?
I don't know. We never talked about this. You've got the script. The mods are all the people we love that do all the work. I'm the one who knows the least about the mods, clearly.
You were the one that brought this up. You were like, I was like, I feel like I talk too much on the back podcast. You were like, yeah, and we could probably do it on the main show. Like, I'm happy to just take some of that work, and I'll just have the script up in front of me. And then you just...
Thank you to our mods, Gad,
Keep
Syntax,
vamping, keep
Kid
vamping.
Carnage, Liz Dahlia, Sith Cat, Phoenix O'Lion, Disturb778, Jax Caboose, and What the Shark. Bloody heroes, the love.
Why do we have a
the
script
mods. We love you all.
for the next step that's empty? What's that about?
Because it's got a
once you
thing that
fill
got
in-
pushed from this week in next week, and I'd like to be prepared. That's right. Thank you to all our back pocket patrons who make the show possible. Huge thank you to our top stitchers. You all know who you are. Steph, have you decided to rewrite this yet?
I have decided. I just haven't done it.
So she's like,
I've made the decision. I've made the decision in here, but it's just yet to materialize.
I can read this. I've got this in time.
Do it. And make sure there is
off the dome.
Off the dome.
Yeah. Oh, do it off the dome, but let me do We Are Robots. Do the rest off the dome.
But
Go,
I don't.
Steph.
I don't have the names of the people. It's just like it's all of the stuff that you've written.
I'll bring up their logo, and you can riff off that. Ready?
Well, Steph's doing it. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you do something really offensive for BuriBuri.
Special
Go.
thanks to all of our amazing patrons, without whom we wouldn't be able to make this show ever at all. Oranishi, he's a spaceman. I always wanted you to go into space. And Mason, not Nathan, it is so great that we made a commercial in black and white with people slapping each other because that's what he likes. And Slowpoke, it's a person who loves music and lots of other things too, but we've really pigeonholed him into this one specific thing, and that's all we're ever going to talk about forever. Slowpoke likes music, and also a weird allusion to sex because of slowpoking. And Akarash got one of the earliest commercials that we made about lawyers, but that says nothing about the pirate bee that we're seeing here. So really, we could try and combine this into a lawsuit about a bee sting. Something to think about for next time. Avexia, he loves Destiny. It's written all over this thing. And why would you not survive? And he's so excited about the raid that's happening on Sunday. You guys should check out his stream. I think he's Avexia_. Avexia_ on Twitch, is that right? feel like it is. Nicrotex. He's our beloved community streamer who took over our back pocket.
Hot dog cumboy.
He's the hot dog cumboy who took over our thing. He took over our hot dog, and he holds it gingerly between his little robot fingers. Boxwell. He's got Peter representing his box.
Which is great.
The Coastal City. He's the cutie that we all love to party with on the coast if we could, but we do it digitally in our minds every night because we love Coastal so much. And Vegabus. The Vegabus is coming. It's here. It came. And it's going to come again because Vegabus loves to party that much. And hey, Timothy. Wow. All the things you can do with VR. Gus will tell you. He knows because he loves VR. And all the things you can do with it. It's Jepp.
Oh, you broke the clapping.
It's Jepp. Jepp is such a kind human who is always talking about their dog, who is definitely a black Labrador and not a chocolate lab. Funny thing I learned about Labradors is that the blonde ones are the smartest, and then the black ones followed by that, and then the brown ones are really dumb. And the evil spy boy loves space, and he will jettison himself into space, where his thoughts lie, thinking about nebulas and strange patterns of things that you can see in them. And I'll let you use your imagination. Freyhem lives in America, but watches our show here in Australia, and has taken it upon himself to spread the word of Back Pocket all across the great United States. How wonderful.
Well, Nick,
we are robots.
I'm going to do this one. We Are Robots is going to be at AvCon this weekend at the Adelaide Video Game and Anime Convention and Fringe Markets on Saturday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. in Adelaide. He'll be there with a bunch of controllers and controller shells for sale, and he's going to give Pocketeers 20% discount to anyone who mentions they're a Back Pocket viewer. So go to AvCon and find the We Are Robots store, buy a controller, get 20% off. War? What is it good for? 20% off controllers. Steph, it's back to you.
Oh, I took a bite of my biscuit, which is something that BuriBuri would do in the middle of a courtroom to prove a point in a lawsuit about mint slices. And she would do it for effect. And then she would pause, and then she'd look at the jury. Do we have a jury? Yeah, we do. I got jury duty once. I didn't go. And then I got a fine, and then I didn't pay it because I made an excuse. BuriBuri. What a fantastic person.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, this is wild.
Foxy Chog loves books so much that they love to eat them. And also sent me a beautiful lip gloss for me to wear because I bought a lip gloss that burnt my lips because it was supposed to make my lips bigger. I didn't know that when I bought it. I just thought the color was nice. And then live on stream, everyone told me that I'd bought a dumb lip gloss. And so Toxic Chog bought me another one. And that was really nice. Oh my God, there's more. Okay, Dream PC. Wow, amazing. If you dream it, we build it. So many RGBs. That's what's so hot right now. I love RGB, you love RGB, and so does Dream PC.
BG.
Excellent work, Steph. Thank you very much. So that's the bit now every week.
Less efficient.
Someone else takes
Less efficient.
takes
I
their
like
turn
way
to go
less
through.
efficient.
I think everyone got their love and sentiment around their time. We didn't rush through it like usual. That was lovely.
Thank you,
What do you mean, like usual? There's like 400 words. Most people just say the name of the patron. We every couple of weeks I rewrite an entire thing. At this point, most of the show is just going to be
a lot of hard work.
Stick around for the post show. It's presented by Freyham. You can find out everything you want about Backpocket by heading to backpocket.gg, where you can become a patron and back us and help us out with your eyeballs. And is it earballs, Nick, or is he frozen?
Jesus,
oh my God. Did
he leave?
He left. He left.
Oh my God. What a statement. What a flat-faced statement.
No, he's just very
Surprise,
still.
motherfuckers.
Look at him. He's so good at that. He's so good at that.
He's so good at that.
Alive.
He was so
good at that.
still.
Like, mostly dead.
He's so still.
Let's try it. Let's all try it.
I have a very low heartbeat.
I'm gonna laugh. I can't do it because then I have to. Okay.
Go to blink.
I can't not laugh. Okay.
Do it.
If someone joined the stream right now, they'd be like, "Fuck, it's frozen."
Test candles are going fucking mental. Nick.
Nick is good because I instantly picked a really like stressed face. Nick just goes into relax mode, and that's where he needs to just be like.
As soon as someone tells you to be serious, all I want to do is laugh.
Did he actually leave this time?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I think he did.
He's not blinking.
Wow.
He's not blinking. Watch for the blink.
Wow.
Wait for the blink. Wait.
No, he left. No, he fucking left.
Oh, let's wait
He's
here.
listening to us in Discord.
Let's wait here for another hour just to be sure.
Is he going to come back and rejoin and try and match the pose and just blow our minds? Because I feel like that would be.
Nah, he's dead.
He's frozen for.
He's so dead.
He's left. He left.
The trick would have been to pick one and close your eyes and be like,
yeah.
You could rest the whole way.
Mad King pulled out his Ethernet cable, says Multifish.
Well, if he should still be in the Discord, but as I said before,
he'll come back for the post.
He'll come back for the post show. The post show is sponsored by Freyhem. Thank you so much. And if you are not at the tier that is required to join the post show, why not head over to our Patreon right now? You can become a backer of the show, and you can get access to that, of course, also to our Discord, where there are lovely backpocketeers. You can talk amongst yourselves about all sorts of things, including the game club, everything else we're doing here. You can head to backpocket.gg for links to everything that we do. There's our YouTube, there's our Twitter, there's our Redbubble store where you can buy all our merch. There is our Snapchat. No, we don't do Snapchat. We do TikTok. That's the one. I always get it mixed up. Is everyone frozen? Is this my time to talk about foam again? Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. There have been games that have tried to do foam in the past, but what they've